Hi, everyone. This is Michael Connon representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. We've got your fix. And this is the Bacta tank number 12. And we have on with us today, we have, where is it right here? Darth Daddy Lunga.
Hey.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I just spent most of the day gaming, cooking, got a graphics card. Just having a good time.
The graphic card is, that's one of those things that's the important one for the other two. So,
Yeah.
well, except for the cooking, but, you need the cooking for that. But,
Right.
yeah.
How's your day
So,
been?
pretty uneventful. I had a virtual doctor's appointment because you can't go to the doctor anymore. You got to
Right.
do it on the computer. He's got me out of work for another week
Oh wow.
because I can't pass when I go to work, I can't pass the test anyways because we have to do like a test. Do you have a fever? Do you have any short, like seven or eight things on the checklist? And I can't pass because of my allergies. Sometimes I cough, sometimes I get shortness of breath because I get it really bad, and that will let me pass my test. So it's either really bad allergies, which aren't bad for anybody else right now because no one's outside, and I mean I'm not either, or it's a very mild case of COVID-19, but they can't test me because I'm not in the hospital very sick. So that's the only people they're testing really in New York City right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I get you.
but
Yeah, I mean, I have wicked allergies. Allergies are always crazy. But I guess my company just sent out an email yesterday for an update stream. So I'm supposed to join a Zoom chat tomorrow, I guess, with the work to find out what's going on.
All right. So I actually, you have a YouTube channel,
Yes.
correct? The
Mhm.
Grey Council.
Yep, as it says behind me. Yeah, the Great Council on YouTube. It's a Star Wars centric, but not just Star Wars. It's any kind of geeky and nerdy things as well on there, sci-fi, fantasy, what have you, fandom. Yeah.
And then you have a book that you wrote also.
Yes. I saw you had it on the thumbnail. Thank you.
I
Uh,
did.
yeah, it's Souls of Magic's Dawn. It's a fantasy novel. It's our first book in a series. It's out on Amazon right now in paperback, hardcover, and ebook. You can just search Souls of Magic's Dawn.
Yeah, I read. I mean, I've been telling you that as soon as it comes on an audiobook, the day it comes out, I'm going to buy it
Yeah.
on audiobook.
Right.
And it's the whole. It costs money to put something on audiobook,
Yeah.
and I said, just do it yourself. You got the good
I
voice. You
know
can.
everyone's been saying that, but I'm telling you, I to Chicago. It doesn't work for a fantasy voice. It just I don't think it doesn't work. And I don't think I'm smooth in just talking, but if I'm reading and stuff, I'm not smooth enough for that.
And then I found you because Rural Farmboy posted on Twitter the one day,
Yeah.
hey, go check this out. And that's anybody that if I'm just flipping, sometimes I just flip through and just give a like or whatever if it's a YouTube channel. I don't really post that, but if it's somebody that I listen to or interact with on their stream, I post it along with the podcast I listen to. Just trying to get people out there and let people know that I would have never found you if it wasn't for him posting. And that's pretty much we can't afford to do publicity or ads for our things because it costs us a lot more money to produce our content than it does than
Yeah.
the little bit we bring in from some friends. But
Definitely. I haven't made a dime from doing this yet, but
yeah,
I mean I do it for fun mostly. I mean not that I wouldn't say no to any monetization that comes my way, but it's I'm not banking. That's what I'm not banking on it. We support ourselves by other means.
yeah, it's unless there's very few that can make it unless you're an 8-year-old girl and can make
Yeah,
$20 million or
and
crazy whatever she made.
lightning in a bottle.
Yes. All right. So Star Wars this week. I'm going to see if anybody else wants to come in here and chat with us
Yeah, sure.
and see what's going on. So your book.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it. I read I did read about it. I read
Mhm.
the reviews I've read are that the book is amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
I mean, it, if I was to put the reviews into just like regular words, it would be along the lines of like a Tolkien book from what's coming out with the world building and how detailed it is, and things of that nature. And not necessarily like along the same storyline as a Hobbit or something like that, but
I mean, Tolkien was definitely a huge influence for me as a writer. I mean, and a fan. I'm a huge fan of his stuff to begin with. But it's a big influence on me as a writer. I like deep world building. I it's something I enjoy, and usually. I've heard other writers talk about usually what comes to mind to them is like a plot idea or a character, and that's what like sparks it. And for me, it's always like this grand view of this like world. It's like and then I fill it with things, you know what I mean, and I build lore around it. So I mean, that's what always draws me in. So I do love it, and I do take that inspiration and cue from Tolkien with it. I'm not even going to go anywhere near to say that I'm as detailed as Tolkien is, because that man was ridiculously detailed. But I do draw my inspiration from there. And the other things, though, I do incorporate other stuff. I like the political intrigue that Martin does in Game of Thrones. He's an influence, and I like the system of magic and the pantheon of gods that you see like in Dungeons and Dragons, specifically Dragonlance.
Okay.
So those are like my three main influences, into it. I mean, basically the story, if you want the elevator pitch, it's basically the story of two magi, a student and a teacher. The student's going on a quest to become a summoner, and the teacher helps her. But in the background, there's also this prophecy of the god of chaos spreading his power across the world and spreading discord throughout. So they're embroiled in this conflict between kingdoms and war and gods, and a prophecy's all in the middle of it.
It sounds. I mean, I'm definitely interested. The other day I actually almost ordered it, and I was like, you know what? If I got some time off, I can read. And then I thought, I was like, well, I'm about 10,000 pages behind on comic books right now, so audio.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for that audio.
Yeah, I mean, the audiobook is part of it. I mean, I'm thinking what I might do is when I do the Kickstarter for book 2. The outline's been written already for book 2 for a while, and I've written the first chapter so far. I'm hoping to have it all done by November, so October, November this year, hopefully. And I'm going to do a Kickstarter for it as well again before I put it up on Amazon. And I was thinking maybe I can make part of the stretch goals with the Kickstarter. I can maybe, if we hit a certain amount, I can do to produce an audiobook for the first book, and maybe the second book too. So I can maybe make that a stretch goal in the Kickstarter. So that's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I got into a Kickstarter for a Star Wars action figure book that was coming out, and I think they ended up there's like I mean, it was a big project. There's like 250,000 books are going to be made. 238,000 books are going to be made. But it was supposed to come out sometime in the first quarter, and it ended up it's in China somewhere, not being made right now.
Yeah.
But the stretch goals on there are what's amazing. It's like, I don't even know how they can afford to put everything out with the stretch goals that were made. So it's going to be really interesting when it does come in, whenever it is.
Well, I mean, just from other things I've done, projects and stuff I've done in the past, not necessarily writing or stuff like that, but there's a reason why manufacturers all go to China. If you're looking to mass produce something, especially talking about like toys or something like that, if you get enough orders and you order in bulk, the price per unit obviously goes really low. Mm-hmm. And coming out of China, it's extremely low. Now, there's a huge turnaround time. You got to go through the production status, and then usually the shipping takes about 2 months for something like that. So if you're doing it through China, from the day you put the order in, meaning it's got to be at the end of the Kickstarter, from the day you put the order in until fulfillment, you're talking probably about 3 to 6 months for that. So, but that does bring the price down dramatically. So,
well, yeah. Then we also have this virus thing that has everything stopped. So they shut down for a couple months. So it's going to be, if it was supposed to come out in March or April or whenever it was, you got to add another 2 or 3 months onto that for being shut down, another 2 or 3 months. I'll be, probably sometime in the third quarter, but that should be good.
Definitely. Well, good luck to them. I always like to see any kind of crowdfunding, independent creator stuff succeed. I think it's just good for fans. It's good for everybody. You know what I mean? Any kind of creative endeavor is usually kind of bottlenecked by the powers that be, and it's hard for people to break through. And there's a lot of people with a lot of talent that never make it because of that bottleneck. With the new age we have now with crowdfunding and stuff like that, it's another way for people to put their stuff out there to the public.
I think my chat's frozen. I don't know. Not trying to interrupt you, but
no, it's okay. I mean, I got it running right now on my other screen, YouTube. I mean, the stream's going. It's fine. So it's going pretty good right now as far as that goes.
Okay. All right. So some Star Wars talk. I know you've been. I was going to try and come on yesterday and talk. You've been talking about the Clone Wars episode,
right?
And I was interested in coming on and talking to you. I ended up getting bogged down with other things. So, well, I wasn't able to do it. So, but you're here tonight. So
yeah, but I mean, let's start out. I think spectacular episode. I mean, that was everything we want from Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned. It was just awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the. Now I know that you're not the biggest fan of The Last Jedi, and it's my favorite movie. So, but I think that this was probably like the best Star Wars. You had the Mandalorian is excellent, and what really makes the Mandalorian is the Baby Yoda surprise and cute little Baby Yoda that everybody's in love with. That's what really makes that show. So I mean they hit the jackpot on that one with Baby Yoda, and but this was like the best Star Wars since like the original trilogy, I think.
Yeah. I mean that's what I look at. It's like when I say the best Star Wars we've had and what people are looking forward to. I mean I'm all for new things. I want to see new and we want to see new that still has the same feel. But with all the division and arguments and everything going on with what's been going on with Disney Star Wars as of late, this one just really it gave you that sense of the feeling we had before all this stuff started. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It gave you that sense of that probably everybody that watched this for the most part can say, if you're a Star Wars fan, say this was good. And and it gave you that the feeling of Star Wars, and not just the original trilogy but the prequels. I mean, it goes right into it. I'm not sure if you're doing spoilers on here or not, or no.
Yeah, spoilers. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning.
If it came out on Monday and it came out at Monday at 7:00, and I come out at 8:30, if I watched it, we're gonna talk about it. And if I didn't watch it, why other people are talking about it, I'll be watching it on my TV.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I mean, when I was talking about it on my show and with other people, this episode almost felt like a deleted scene or an extended scene of Revenge of the Sith. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what really made it feel so. And I mean, they started it with like a cinematic opening. They changed the logo to the red logo, like to match Revenge of the Sith. You know what I mean? They had that old Lucasfilm Entertainment logo at the beginning.
Yep.
And then it says Part 1, and then it goes into their standard Clone Wars opening with the narrator talking. But it just has this feel, and it feels like an event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than a Clone Wars episode.
Well, there's a lot of people talking about it. Maybe they're going to make it into a movie or do it. And it's like, I mean, you can, once all 4 of them come out, someone's going to cut it so it's a movie and figure out how to do the opening crawls or quotes or whatever, the narration. That's going to be like, who has the better one? Whoever figures out the best way to do that.
Yeah, I might. Now you said it, I might mess around with that because we're gonna do me and Max were talking about planning to do a watch party when this is all done, where we watch these last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, and then the Rebels episodes with Ahsoka, and watch them all in order, and just see what feels we get from it.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. I'd be down for that. Either with you guys or in the chat helping you, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So now you bring that up. Now you have besides the Grey Council, or with the Grey Council with your channel, you do have a few other YouTube channels, right?
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I mean, the Great Council is the only YouTube channel I have. But me, Max, Bashti, and Osaka Ren, and we have other guests as well that come on, have another channel called Stream Junkies, where we go over different shows on streaming services, sometimes movies. It's not just Star Wars; it's like anything. Like the week before, we did Train from Busan and Tiger King. And so we do that on the Stream Junkies channel, and also on the Stream Junkies channel on Friday nights we have this show called Fanime Friends, where we go over different anime for the week or next couple weeks, depending on how many episodes there is. And then I have a Twitch channel for gaming. When
I started everything, so like 2 years ago when I started everything, I started a Twitch channel, and I never did anything with it. But then one of my friends that I know from Star Wars Twitter was on, and I went on there and was talking with him. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll do this too, because I already have it, there, and I'm not computer savvy at all. And I've spent the last 2 days trying to figure it out and how to do this and how to do that. And, just the ins and outs of someone that's not, a 40-year-old that hasn't been around computers for, 20 or 25 years, roughly. I know the basics, but you start getting into how to stream and setting up, like you and I talked earlier about, which delivery system to use or broadcasting system to use. I'd never heard of the one you said, and don't really know anything about the other ones and how to add things on and make your screen look pretty and do things, and have your rolling subscriber count or goals, or whatever it is. So
Twitch is. I mean, like I said, YouTube is YouTube. You just go on there and do things. It's like not much. Twitch has a lot of these little extra things that you could put in there. Now, you don't necessarily have to have them. But once you get, so it's not like a rush to have to learn all those little extra things. But as you go through, you can little by little, start implementing things and adding them in there and figure out how it goes. So it's fun. Like what I started doing this past week actually is for my, like I do when I gaming, I just do Twitch. But I've been doing this thing also where, like you're doing right now, when I'm doing my Great Council stream, I'll simulcast it. And once we hit that first hour, because a lot of times our streams go 2-3 hours, whatever. So after that first hour, I'll end the stream just on YouTube, and it'll keep going on Twitch. So anyone that wants to keep watching can keep watching on Twitch for the rest, like the after show or after party, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, these sometimes get long, and it depends on who I used to just do whoever wants to come on, and I just start talking. And sometimes, I'd be on for an hour before anybody would come on, and just, okay. Then I started inviting people on, and now I've changed it to where I'm trying to get one person that is in, whether it's, an actor or another YouTuber or podcasters. Last week I had 3 of my friends I stay with at Chicago for Celebration. And the 3 of them had been, 2 of them live in California. One of them lives, he's moving in Texas, but they've all been to Galaxy's Edge. So we just talked about Galaxy's Edge and what, to expect. And I've never been there. So what I'm going to miss out on, since, we're probably not going to have Celebration this year. It's pretty much impossible now. Just the fact that, the governor say no big groups. So it looks like it's going to be online and have to, plan for next year.
Like, I have a feeling the stay-at-home order will be done by then. However, the logistics it takes for that something to be planned, I have a feeling they're just going to say, "No, let's just scrap it for now," just because there's a build-up to it. There's a lot of planning and a lot of stuff that goes on prior to it, and with there being uncertain, people can't do that yet. You know what I mean? So, yeah, who knows? We'll see. It's sad, but
it's like I have friends in Australia that I met at Celebration, or from Twitter, and they're basically under the impression that until there's a vaccine, no international travel is going to be allowed for Australia. So, they're going to be able to do whatever they want there, but they haven't been told that's what it's going to be, but that's what the way things are looking and the way that the rumor mill is going. And, maybe some comments have been made. I'm not really sure, but nothing is official. That's just like, that's fine. We can survive on our own, but you can't go on vacation. Sorry, you're stuck here.
Right.
Which I guess kind of helps them. But New York just started doing finally that you have to have a mask when you leave the house. And that's the whole argument. Well, it doesn't hurt me. And it's like, well, even if you don't have it, the mask is going to help you, but you might touch your face and realize I'm touching my face and not touch your face. So, I mean, that's not the intent for it, but it's just little things.
To be fair, this is what people always forget. The masks necessarily aren't there to protect you from getting it. They're there in case you have it to stop from spreading
Yes. I got in a discussion with someone on Twitter because of, they posted an article on the nanometers of or whatever it is, the size of the virus, and the mask doesn't do anything, blah, blah. And it's only 3 to 7 or, 3 to 10%. It's going to block. I was like, well, that's 3 to 10% of people that might not get it then. Right. I mean, I don't think the math really works out that way, but it's 3 to 10% of the less particles that are going to be out there for people to get and get sick.
What does it hurt? You know what I mean? It does it hurt? I mean, there's people just wearing like bandanas. You know what I mean? It's not like it's gonna do, but it might stop something. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just about caring for your fellow man for now. That's all.
Yeah, and I mean that's the other thing too. I think when they do start to open it back up, they might say masks are still mandatory for however amount of time. And New York just started making them mandatory, but like with the gatherings, they haven't been doing anything about it. They just break them up or tell people to go home, or you're not wearing a mask. There's an order to wear a mask. Well, now they're starting to ticket people for being in groups, and give people tickets or whatever for not wearing a mask. And there's no law against it right now, but they're coming up with something. There's no you get a $100 fine for not wearing a mask or whatever. Like California's done and put that into place, or it might not be a law, but whatever rule that they've put in place.
Right.
New York doesn't have it, but they're coming up with something. Are you not wearing a mask? Disorderly conduct. Or whatever it is, just to try and get people to start wearing them. So that might be one of the things that that it starts going down, and we don't know what's going to happen with this. We don't know if it's going to die down in the summertime with the flu. We don't know if it's going to stay the same. They're saying it might be similar to like the Spanish flu, when we have a couple of waves of it and it gets a little bit better, and then it comes back around and lasts for a year and a half, and we have to figure out how it goes then. But it's day by day. Everything's something different. So
yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. What it comes down to is we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. And I know people are saying, oh, people are taking this too far. It's like, well, here's the thing: you can't say you're taking it too far because we don't know. We don't know if it's seasonal. We don't know if the warm weather is going to make it go away. We don't know if people are going to be immune for a certain amount of time, like it does with other stuff. We just don't know because there's not enough data yet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So until we know, why make things worse?
It's like, I'd rather find out next year that masks were completely useless and there was absolutely no reason for anyone to ever wear one, than to find out a year from now, well, how many, tens of thousands of people in just the United States alone would have not died if we wore masks. So, I mean, it gets a little bit warm. So take a couple of deep breaths and whatever. But anyway, so yeah, so
err on the side of caution.
Yeah,
I mean, people do it for other things in their lives. You know what I mean? Why not this one? I mean, everyone wants to get back to work. Then let's just do this so we all can get back to work.
Yeah. So is the celebration going to be canceled this year?
I mean, there's no word yet. I mean, they haven't. I don't think they've announced anything yet. I mean, the latest thing was San Diego Comic-Con. They just announced got canceled, and that's supposed to be that was July, I think. So that's pretty close to the end. That's pretty close to August, which is celebration. But that's at the end of August. So we'll see. Like I'm saying, I'm thinking they might end up doing it just because even if we get kind of an all clear or okay to go back out thing, I think they might just do it again on the side of caution. You know what I mean?
You have to wear masks to come in, and you have to do this, and they, But what about if they do cancel? Well, that's the other thing too. It's in California. California has been the most strict with it, and already saying that groups aren't going to be allowed. So I don't know how they're going to do it if groups aren't allowed. But even if they do say, okay, you can do it with groups, but you have to have masks on, and your convention, can't be as big as it was, and instead of putting 1,000 people in a room, you can only have 50 or whatever is just so it's something. I mean, I don't know, not just for Celebration, but anything of that magnitude or that's going on. What about a virtual like they do anyways, and they have it on YouTube or whatever? What about just doing it all on online and possibly doing the free one like they always do, but for the good content you got to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in doing it. There'll be people that watch it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, the only thing that really stinks is let's be fair, just like you've talked about friends that you made there. Most people go not just for their love of Star Wars, but they go because they meet people and they have friends that they don't that they see there or new friends they make there. So it's more of a a cultural gathering. I mean, other than just watching new stuff about Star Wars. So yeah, you can get your fix from some stuff online, and I think they should do that. But they, like I said, they could monetize some stuff, keep the free stuff there, and monetize some of the other things for people that really want to see it. But it's never going to replace that camaraderie and friendship that you get at these kind of things.
Yeah, well, Celebration last year was my first one, and the best part of it was the people and the friends you meet, and the friends that you kind of had a Twitter friend, and you actually meet them, and for the first time in person, and talk with them, whether it's over the phone or texts or whatever, actually meeting them and finding out oh, you're not really an asshole like so all right, we can actually be friends in real life and whatever. Yeah. But I mean, that was probably one of the that's why people are, when the year anniversary just passed by, everybody on Twitter was sharing pictures, and 95% of them were pictures of people, not pictures of actors or, just whatever other activities or events were going on. And I mean, that was probably one of if I had to name a few highlights, one of the top 3 highlights of it was Steel Saunders show afterwards. And that was all Star Wars friends and people that I knew or kind of knew, or friends of friends, and that, I mean, that was, and so that's the best part. I was there for the man. I hit every I was for every big show, right? Every big panel. I was there for every big one, even the Galaxy's Edge commercial that they had for 45 minutes of just telling us how you can get Coke there. And I mean, I still have, I have the T-shirt. I haven't worn the T-shirt once, and somebody's comment the other day was that was the best $100 I made, because they walked out there and sold the T-shirt for $100 to somebody. And but yeah, so it's just that's how it goes. But I don't know. See, I just said the Mandalorian panel. That was amazing. Fallen Order panel. That one is the one that made me decide. I had to bite my dog, knock my computer on the ground, and I had to get a new one. And that's when I decided to go with a gaming computer instead of getting just a regular computer and getting a PS4. I almost said PS2. Holy shit, that's kind of old.
Considering PS5's coming out soon.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that panel. That's what made me, get the computer so I could play it. And so PS5. How much do you think it's going to be? You think they're going to go $500 for it?
The reports right now they're talking about it's going to be between 500 and 550. I think that's way high. I think they should have tried capping it at about 450. I mean, if they wanted to do expanded one, big hard drive, extra controller, whatever they wanted to do it for 550, okay. But I think they should do it 500, 550. I mean, 500, let alone 550. I think it's really pushing it. I mean, people will buy it. Let's be fair. They're going to buy it. But I think that's kind of out of reach. I mean, to be fair, the 450 is kind of out of reach for a lot of people.
I mean, the way I look at it is it's too expensive, but the people that are going to pay $450 for it are going to pay the $500 for it, or the $550. That's not going to. it will hurt sales a little bit, but they've probably sit there and crunched the numbers, and it's all hypothetical, obviously. With everything, especially since this is going to be the biggest, most expensive one that's pretty much ever been made.
Well, I think what will hinge it, because this is the deal. What will be the catch is if there's going to be some a good amount of spectacular games that are PS5 only games that are coming out. If they're not, people are like, we'll wait. What I mean? Like, we'll get in a little bit. It's like, because it's really not that big of a difference from PS4 overall. Like PS3 to PS4 was a big jump in technology. The PS4 to PS5 is not huge. I mean, there's some cool things, but it's not like it's anything spectacular. So the only thing that would be the hook is PS5 only games that people really want to play. And if you have a good 5 to 10 titles that are exciting, then that'll sell the even at the $500 price point, that'll sell it.
So, you got any plans for May 4th?
Streaming, probably.
Okay.
That's about it. I mean, we'll probably might still be at home then, or we might just start going back to work. Who knows? I haven't heard anything. I mean, they're talking about some governors are talking about starting to open some stuff up soon.
Yeah. Well, New York City, I think they just announced it's going to go till May 15th.
Yeah.
So they're still down, but I always do this on Monday night, so it just happens that May the 4th falls on a Monday night, and I'm probably gonna go over to my buddy's house. Bring the mask and some hand sanitizer, and he hasn't been. He's got Star Wars toys that he hasn't seen since before the prequels, so he hasn't seen them in 20 years.
Oh wow.
And so they're just they're sitting in boxes or whatever in the back of his closet. When he bought his house and moved into it, he saw the boxes and put them in the back of the closet, but never opened them up. So it's been,
gotcha.
It's been a bunch of years. And he's like, yeah, but some of them are broken. I was like, yeah, but we're all nerds. We don't care if you have something that's broken. We're still going to want to. We're still see. Yeah, we're still going to want to look at it.
All right. So, speaking of new stuff, I just got something in the mail today.
What did you get?
We got a Mandalorian Black Series figure.
Okay. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I there's also a carbonized one. It's a little more detailed. I got that one too. That one's still on the way. But this baby came in today, so that was cool.
Yeah, I have. Let's see how we do this. Carbonized one right here.
Yeah.
We got that bad boy. Yep. I have that one. I don't even know if I have the regular one. I mean, I may, but I think when I was buying it, I was like, yeah, I don't need the regular one. I have that one, but I have every single one of the Sith troopers that they made, and they're all just the same. There's the regular one, and I think they have 3 different ones. They have the carbonized one, the regular one, and the San Diego Comic-Con, which is just the same as it. Just it's 3 times the price and has 3 or 4 more guns. So
gotcha.
Other than that, yeah, I always have something open up, and tonight's gonna be the first time. So 6 months or 8 months that I've been doing this, that there's nothing open up. I don't think, because I had one package that was supposed to come today, and it still says that it's being delivered, but it was going to be here by 8 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So I checked downstairs before it started, and it's not there. So it's only
not there yet.
But I think in the next week should be a really big one. Last week was a really big one. I had probably like 10 books that I got, because I get a lot of the half price books or through Amazon, and I have 100 books on my list that I want to get, and I just wait until there's a very good or like new, and it just shows up all of a sudden for dirt cheap, and it's like, okay, I don't need to pay $16 for it. I can pay $4 for it plus shipping, and wait 4 months till it shows up that way.
You gotta do what we gotta do right now, right?
Yes, sir. Well, even regular, that kind of comes into you save a couple of dollars here and there, and that's another toy that by the time you add up getting a whole collection.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I want to get is not even just Star Wars, but I got this is the first anime one I've gotten, and I want to get more because they're actually pretty affordable. They're like about $25 to $30, but they all come from China. You can't really, unless you go to a anime convention, you can't get them here. You got to order them from China, which even without this virus is a month shipping. But like I got this one it's Asuna from Sword Art Online, and I want to start getting a bunch of these, but I'm gonna have to wait until this whole deal's over before I start ordering them. I could like.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm saying like I could order it now, but I want to err on the side of caution. I don't want to be shipping things from China right now if I don't have to. Let's wait till this settles a little bit, and then maybe I could order stuff from there.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff that was supposed to be coming in. The Black Series Wave 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and that's on hold for a week or two, or possibly longer. We'll see, because I just ordered a case, and I figured the other couple extra ones that you get aren't that big of a deal, or that they're the ones that are going to be peg warmers, but those are good for giveaways or trading to somebody, or when somebody needs something. It's like when you're I have a lot of friends that through this that are collectors, and not even like really expensive stuff, but a Funko Pop or a Black Series figure, and it's you get those, and just kind of everything gets passed around, and you need this, I have an extra one, and it's a great way for camaraderie too to be kicking in.
Definitely.
So we don't have a lot of information, I don't think, on the Mandalorian, but this is what we have from Disney. Where is it? Okay.
Yeah, the new the docuseries.
Yeah,
it's coming out on May the 4th.
Yep. Also known as Star Wars Day, a brand new series debuting on Disney Plus will take us behind the scenes for the first Star Wars live-action series. The Mandalorian, when started as a fan-generated grassroots holiday, the Star Wars Day has become a full-fledged celebration of Star Wars saga embraced by the entire galaxy. This year, fans can look forward to the highly anticipated conclusion of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Okay, that's coming out on May 4th also. The Clone Wars.
Yep.
The last one's going to be, instead of having it come out on Friday, they're dropping it that Monday. So we're going to have to see. I'm going to have to see if that's like a regular thing where it just comes on Sunday night or Saturday or Monday morning at like 3 a.m, or if they're going to do it like a premiere time or whatever.
We'll see. I mean, I have a feeling they're going to drop it like they do everything else, where it's midnight, 1 a.m. or something that's there.
Yeah, so
it seems like that's how they're doing everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. May 4th. Going over my buddies, going seeing his toys he's had in the closet for 20 years or whatever it's been, and then talking about the Mandalorian documentary. And now I've heard they don't really have any runtimes on here, and I've heard conflicting stories that it's gonna be they're like a regular TV program episode wise. Like 20 minutes long or 30 minutes long. And they're doing it like, so there's 8 of them. Well, there's 8 episodes in the series. So it's going to be, the first one is going to be kind of how they made the first episode, and what they used for it, and whatever, however they're going to do it is going to be about that one. And then if they had any special guests in there, that might be where you have the quick interview with some of the famous actors that we didn't even know were in there because they were wearing makeup or covered up or whatever. Or, George was on set for the 3rd one, so him saying a couple words about whatever it is. So that's and going and dropping one a week, not all 8 at the same time.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, that's kind of how they've been doing everything. Disney's been doing the whole weekly thing rather than the Netflix, dump of the entire season. And I gotta be honest with you, as much as I like binging, I kind of like the anticipation. I know there's people out there that are like, no, just get to me all at once. You know what though? the thing is, when you do it all at once, it's hard, even as a YouTuber or, people who don't want to talk about it, because you'll have some people that watch it bit by bit. You have some people that binge the whole thing in one day. And it's like, the people that binge it one day, they know everything and are all over social media within 48 hours and talking about the whole series. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're live tweeting it while it's on.
Yeah. So I like episodic. I like the weekly drop. Maybe it's just a holdover for me being as old as I am. I mean, you're close to me there too. We're used to waiting each week when we were younger,
Yep.
for a new episode of things to come out. So I kind of like that.
If anybody wants to hop on, I posted the link in there, so it's all friends. Don't see any trolls in here, so we're good to go. And shit, I'll just not fucking bring them in. It doesn't really matter to me. So I don't know if you can kick somebody out and ban them, or how that works, because I haven't had to. I had a problem with some.
Well, actually, with StreamYards, you can kick or ban.
Okay.
To where they can't come back again. That's with StreamYard.
Okay, because I know, with I had a problem with somebody, and ended up blocking a couple people. Yeah. It was a while ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Drunk 3PO. Somebody was going to beat me up.
Oh Lord.
Some YouTuber from the Fandom Menace that lives in Brooklyn was going to find me, beat me up, and then he put a bounty on me for anybody to find me, whatever, and this and that, and just all this shit that went on. It only went on for a couple of days, and he was going to make videos about me, exposing me, and whatever. And Drunk 3PO just said something like, "Oh, when you." The guy said that he was going to beat me up, and drunk was like, "Oh, make sure you get that on tape. I'd like to watch that," or something along that nature. And I was like, "Okay, dude." And he had been in my chat before and trolling me, and he's been in a bunch of other chats and trolling. So it's like, that's where like, I understand there's no animosity really. It's just it's YouTube. So some people, it's like, you have the good guys and the bad guys, and the good guys think they're good, and the good guys think, the bad guys think they're the good guys, and everybody thinks they're the good guy, or right? Except for the guys that are just doing it for money. And just blatantly making shit up. And
sometimes for me, I'd like to look at it like professional wrestling sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like you got your heels, you got your baby faces, you got your rogues. That's how I look at it. So when I look at it in that fashion, I like to look at myself kind of like the CM Punk Stone Cold kind of guy. I'm the rogue. I'm the one that doesn't follow the rules. Isn't the good guy? Is the anti-hero. There we go.
Yeah. I'm just kind of out there floating, kind of like I am in life. Just out there floating, where it's I think I'm on the right side, but I kind of am in the middle. So it's I'm that one that could probably either. Well, I wouldn't go to the dark side, but but I and I don't understand, but I'm not off on the whatever.
Right.
But yeah, so that's where they got, so he's blocked on YouTube. I don't know if that means he can still come in. He just can't post or whatever it is.
When they're blocked on YouTube, they can't comment, can't come into the stream chat.
Okay. So, all right. What else we got going on right now? What else have you been watching besides?
I've been watching a bunch of stuff. I've been watching Westworld. I'm caught up on season 3 of Westworld. I've been watching that. Me and my girlfriend have been watching the Harley Quinn series on DC streaming, which is really good. It's super mature. It's completely for adults and almost borderlining on I don't want to say X-rated, but the stuff they say in there is like really out there. But it's fun to watch, man. It's hilarious to watch. So we're having a good time with that. Still watching other stuff on Hulu. I have everything. So
yeah, it's we find something. My girlfriend and I, we find something, and like we watch it, and then we still watch other things too. So it's like we started. I don't even know. Orthodox, I think it's called, on Netflix. About a girl She's a Hasidic Jew, and she escapes. As I say, escape like you have to escape all. According to the story, she had to escape. I'm only on episode 3, but it seems kind of, they're old school laws in the family or the religion. So it kind of was, she kind of it's like the mafia kind of, is what the story has to show and so forth for. But watching that, and then I think last week or 2 weeks ago I had her start Ozark because she never watched before, and so she caught up to me and we finished watching it together. The Outlander, it starts off in Scotland in the 1700s or 1600s, and it kind of I guess flip flops around magic time travel kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But it's not based on time travel. Like, it's not really like, let's do time traveling. It's just there's time travel involved. Somebody gets sent back to a different time, and they come to grips with they can't time travel anymore. So they're stuck there, and obviously they have to make more seasons. So the best thing to do is start magically time traveling again. So yeah, that's really good. Westworld, I'm caught up on a lot. I didn't watch that last episode, and I haven't really been. I used to watch a lot of TV, and it's like I'd come home from work and the DVR would be full, and I'd watch hours of TV and be on the computer doing Twitter and Facebook and whatever. And I've stopped watching TV because I realized there's really nothing that I miss. The few shows that I do watch a week are, I have it on a lot of times in the background, but there's a few shows that I watch that are on every week now, or when it comes out, binge it the first couple of days that it's out. Other than that, it's like, oh, I haven't seen NCIS in 6 weeks, and then I'll binge that for whatever it is. But it's a lot more streaming and making content, and people don't realize, not that I'm saying it's hard or whatever, but if you're going to stream a video game, if you're at home, you want to play a video game, you just put it on and play. It doesn't really matter. When you're streaming it, it's a couple more minutes involved. You got to put pants on or a shirt or whatever. You got to. So it's a little bit different, but it's still just getting it set up and whatever. So it takes instead of just popping it in, it takes 10 minutes to get going, and then you got to do it or whatever. So it's all these people in here are
but there's other stuff. I mean, like when I do. I mean, like for my show, the Great Council on Sunday, I don't do too much prep, but like Stream Junkies, I'm literally, we do it on Saturday, and I'm usually spending about 3 to 4 hours on Saturday before the stream, getting things ready, because I do news that would happen during the week, and I make a little vignette of new stuff, and we talk about that. I can find different articles and this and that, and plus we're watching whatever we're watching. And me being the way I am, I usually watch whatever it is we're watching, unless it's a series, a lot of episodes. If it's a movie, I usually watch it the day of, so it's fresh in my mind. But depending on what you're doing, people on YouTube, guys, this is why all we ask most time is just hit the like button and subscribe. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work we put into this, and I don't know if people realize sometimes how much it is. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for what we do here.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I've been when Celebration was planned, my thing was I was gonna kind of just, for people that can't be there, I'm going to have a camera on me, and I'm going to go around and I'm going to walk through the crowds and interview people, and somebody a cosplayer, and somebody's like, oh, just walk around live streaming, and somebody's like, oh, go talk to that cosplayer. Okay, so it's my way of saying thank you to the people that come out and hang out in here and chat with me. And I do have a Patreon, so I need to say that this is brought to you by Kylo Ren Flores, Kylo Customs, Mr. Rez, Chris from Kentucky, and Rural Farmboy. So if you want to be a Patreon of mine, I don't have any tiers set up or anything. Every once in a while, I post some content that stays on there for a while and doesn't go anywhere else. Sometimes when I know you're looking for a pop or something and I have it, or a Black Series, it shows up at your door. things like that. But it's just kind of, it just helping out a little bit and making it not as a financial burden. It's because it's like a hobby. It's
Right.
like fixing, people think, oh, you just go on and you turn it on. Well, yeah, it costs me money for my computer and memory, and you tape everything and record it, and then you have to buy a memory card for it, and those things all add up here and there a little bit. But
I literally, the computer I have, I built just to do streaming, so that was about $700. I just bought the graphics card today to make it better quality, which is another $250. I spend $25 a month for StreamYards to be able to make it be able to use it more often and
Yep.
and personalize it. I forgot how much it was for the Discord for the Gray Order. Again, it's not saying feel sorry for me, but it's like, and TooMed can tell you too. I mean, we each and every one of us on YouTube, we there's these little expenses that add up that we put into just to provide you a good show and a good experience, and also make you feel happy, to be around and enjoy things. And like I said, the kindness of your heart, you're sending free things to people too. It's just, it takes a certain personality to be on here and do these things. There is, I know we know there's a lot of greedy people and it's all about the money and the clicks on here and stuff, but there's a good amount of altruism on here as well. And there's a lot of YouTubers that do things that they don't necessarily have to. They just do it just because they want to make people happy.
Yeah, and it's just another platform for making friends. And I think I'm almost at 890. It goes up and down, and especially when I do, I've actually been pretty good, because I know a lot of people do when they do giveaways or contests. Like, so when I had one, 400, 500, then at 500, I was like, well, I'm going to do it at 750 next time. Then when I hit 750, I'm like, I'll do it at 1,000. And it's, it's Funko Pops and Black Series stuff that I have extras over doubles, or, like there's one of the books that is up for it. I think there's a book this time. I don't even remember, but I had the book ordered for me, and it showed up it showed up at my house. Mm-hmm. And then the next day I went to New York Comic-Con, and I hadn't even opened the book yet, but the author was there, and I was like, well, I'm going to buy another book. That way she can sign it for me. And that other book sat here for, months. And I was like, well, you know what? I might as well give it away for a contest or whatever. Just,
I do need to ask you, how do you, because like when you do your contest, you pick a random person out of all your subscribers, right?
Well, I do. So like, I think on this next one, there was like a bonus prize if I hit the 1,000 mark by May 1st, which I'm still 100 off. So that doesn't look like it's going to happen. There's 10 days left. So that's probably not going to happen. So that big one isn't going to be there. But the other ones, a couple other Funkos and stuff like that. I'll go through and, it says it somewhere that, or in the videos, that, you have to either let me know that you're a subscriber of mine so I can check it out, or I just go by what YouTube gives me as their list. So if you have your subscriptions private, I can't see that you subscribe to me.
Right.
There's no way to be in there. So you have to send me a note or a message to let me know, hey, I subscribed. And, if you subscribed, I have to take you on your word that you stay subscribed and you're going to be in the contest. Numbers fluctuate, people are in and out, but I haven't had a shot where, after a contest, a bunch of people drop out. Like I know a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers that have big contests and things like that, when they're trying to get to whatever number it is, and then they don't, people don't win, they all drop out. Mine pretty much stay the same and just keep going. So it's all people that I really get from Facebook. And I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group. I just use it to post so people know when I'm going on YouTube and what I'm doing. I don't really, I don't have time and don't really keep up with it that much. I go through and I like comments, and, I've made a few friends, and they come on here. I actually was doing a stream the other day. This is really good. Hang on. I got a couple people that are going to want to stop in here, but I'm going to tell you this story. Mm-hmm. We have coming on Royal Farmboy.
Hey.
Hello, Anthony. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can. I sure can.
Is it skipping badly?
No, you're
Evening, GA.
Right now,
Hey,
you're fine.
what's up, RFB? How you doing?
Somebody else want to pop in here?
Just wanted to.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, I just
How you
wanted to
doing?
jump on, come face to face with GA, and say thank you for sharing and doing what you do with us, bud. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. No problem at all. Thank you as well. Hey, Roadcast.
Hey, how you doing? You okay?
What's up? Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I had Roguecast in here a couple weeks ago. We chatted for probably about an hour or so.
Yeah, that's a good stream. Nice and chill like this one.
Yeah. So I started doing like my streams. I do my streams, and a bunch of people that I have in here that are regulars aren't in here that usually come on, and we just it's like if you met your friends at a bar and you just bullshit about Star Wars and whatever, and don't really have too much. It's not scripted like a lot of other ones. It's just kind of whatever we talk about. So sometimes they're 2 hours. Sometimes they're 2 hours long. They've been 5 hours long before, because it just depends what you're doing, and you're getting ready to go, and then somebody else pops on. Well, so we started doing this. So I started doing the septic tank, which is kind of a late night one on Saturday nights I've been doing. And
where anything goes. Anything goes.
That way it's kind of like, because a lot of people don't want to hear us just being us, I guess, or the stupid smutty, or just sitting around talking. And I don't drink, but people are sitting around getting drunk, and they're just being silly and hanging out. So making friends that way too. But so the other day I was I have the Holocron house where I go over books. So I was doing it. I started with the visual dictionary for The Rise of Skywalker, and I was going through page by page. I was going through page by page and talking about every single thing that was on there. Just not just skipping over and doing it in a couple hours. I mean, it's it's an hour or two every time, and that covers like 10 pages or 12 pages or whatever it is. Well, the art book came out, and people were like, "Hey, do the art book instead and go back to the visual dictionary." So I'm doing the art book, and then I never pay attention to chat, especially if I'm involved in a conversation or whatever. That's what I know what it's like when you're in the chat and you post a message. You're like, "Oh, see my message. I want you to see me." And I'm also horrible with posting people's messages. Like, I don't even know what. Subject tank.
That's my job. That's my job.
Yeah. Real Farmboy usually keeps an eye on the chat and lets me know what people are talking about. But so someone was sending me messages.
I troll hunt for both of you. I'm a troll hunter for both of you.
There
you are a troll hunter. Somebody was sending me messages, and I wasn't reading them, and it was like, "Hey, can you guys see my messages?" And then my phone started ringing. Somebody's calling me from Facebook. I'm like, I don't know who the hell's calling me from Facebook, whatever. And then like this has been going on for like 20 minutes. I didn't even know what was going on because I wasn't paying attention to the chat and looking at it. And this guy comes on, Russ Sambridge. Right?
Yep.
And I've been friends with him on Facebook for a year or two and never really talked with him. And it turns out that he was a Wookiee in Solo. And spent,
he was an extra.
And spent 6 weeks on the set, or whatever it was. But he said, from start to finish, the whole thing, took over a year, from auditions and getting fitted for the suit. And, but he was also Snoke. He was the stunt double for Snoke. So when they needed a Snoke and Andy Serkis wasn't there, or they were blocking or doing whatever, he was there. So he's got, he was there for months, and in on the thing. So just out of nowhere, just popped up and like, hey, and he's showing us pictures, and he's got the Wookiee hair, and it got a little bit candid. So I ended up making it taking it offline.
Yeah.
Because it was probably
it got a lot of it. It got a lot of it candid, things that he couldn't go and share with the public.
Yeah, he
get himself or ourselves in trouble. Yeah,
it was
a fun time.
Yeah, because it was weird, because it wasn't like I was interviewing him, like he was coming on and it was planned. It was just like, hey, okay, and he wasn't planning coming on either, and wasn't doing an interview, so it was just kind of like people talking, and some things that nothing bad or major, but some behind the scene magic that maybe Disney wouldn't be happy if you told people about.
Right.
Kind of things,
Yeah.
and how things are done and how whatever. So that was amazing. Just sitting here talking about a book so that my friends that don't have a book or something to do, because I'll be honest with you, I go through the book more thoroughly when I'm doing it this way and talking with people about it. And it's fun to talk about than actually just reading it myself. And just reading the art book and looking at the pictures and talking about the pictures. And all of a sudden, just somebody comes on that, hey, you've been friends with me for 2 years on Facebook. We never talked before, but I saw you were on talking about, things that I was doing and characters that I was on. So, or whatever. So, it's amazing the little things that happen. And, he's just affected as this also because he had 7 conventions he was supposed to do. And he was supposed to come over here to the States. And, all that's on hold now till whenever.
Yeah. Where's he from?
Where's he from? He's over in England. So
All right.
GA, do you have either or of the Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary or the art of books?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Skywalker
That's
visual
right.
dictionary.
Yes, sir. My apologies. You were stepping in and sharing that with us.
Yep.
Where I got it. Yeah, I remember.
Yep, that's
Do you also have the art of Skywalker?
The art I didn't get. I didn't get the art of Rise of Skywalker. I was never. I don't know. It's like I'm like good with like going online for pictures. So art books is never a big deal for me. I'm more like books that if they have pictures, have words more rather than more of an art catalog kind of deal. So that's why I don't get those because
I didn't realize.
People look out for the Holocron House. Keep a lookout for the Holocron House because Michael's taking a look at that art book, and I don't have it, but he does. So me and him, we sit down and we go through that, like photograph and pretty much like paragraph through paragraph. Yeah, a lot of fun. We kind of get derailed a little bit, but it's still we try to stay on point. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's everything I do is kind of except for Coruscant Coach's Corner that I do with my buddy of mine that he's got a highly downloaded podcast with Making Star Wars Network, and that's how I met that's how I met everybody. I decided I wanted to make Star Wars friends because I like Star Wars and Solo was coming out, so I wanted some Star Wars friends. And 2 weeks later, I'm hanging out with everybody from the Making Star Wars podcast network, and on the East Coast, and the ones from the West Coast that came over here. So I got lucky. Like I could have got, like I was joking. The only way I could have got any more lucky is if I would have became friends with like Filoni or something like that. It's like I got these ones that I consider heavy hitters, people that are getting I don't know 100 times the downloads that I get views or. So it's like, it's just like I just got lucky that way, and it's like that's my group of Star Wars friends that I fell in with, and who knows what would have happened? I might have gone to the dark side if I didn't get that tweet. Hey, come on, hang out with us. I'd be.
Yeah, you started up there, and we ended up here. Here we are. Here's us.
Yeah, and
doing this here right now.
Yeah, but I mean that's so everything. It's like the Holocron House is the same way. Whoever wants to come on, and we'll talk about whatever. Yeah. And I read whatever the passage are, or whoever did the because each it has sections or chapters, whatever. Each one has like a full page of writing on it. I didn't realize how much writing there actually was, or how many words there were in for each one.
I mean they still write a description and blurbs about it that can get wordy as well. So those are in there too.
Well, it's funny because the blurb's not that bad, but it's the first chapter. Like when I start up or whatever, after a few minutes, it's up to like I like 12 or 15 people watching, and I start reading the entire page, and I come back and there's like 8 or 9, and then 15, 20 minutes later, it gets back up because people want to look at the pictures, they don't want to hear about it. And it's
it's shocking. To this day, I mean, the channel's only been around 6 months, but one of my top viewed videos is when I went over that visual dictionary,
Mhm.
and it was just organic. It's not like it was like promoted or anything like that. It just organically it ended up at like 1,300 views or something, which is pretty big for at the time. It's
Yeah, it
still a
is.
small channel
Really is.
and
Yeah.
no promotion. Just people just went and looked at it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, that's when I found you, because RFB said, "Hey, look, check out this guy. He's doing the visual dictionary,"
Yeah.
and I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the time. And I mean, I started it months afterwards, and it had already gone through. So now it's just kind of looking for my friends. It's not a lot of outside people. I mean, there are, but
I met RFB through Rebel Scum podcast.
Okay.
I had James on from there, and that's where I first met RFB. Was through there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
see, that's my aim right there. That's my aim right there, to bring friends together. Friends I know that don't know one another, and it ends up like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I want all of my friends together. You should know each other, and there's many more friends yet to come. Many more.
Definitely.
Yep. I mean, that's what it's all about. It. The positive. The more positive Star Wars people and friends that there are, the better it is for the fandom. And
we was already taught it. There's more of us. There's more of us. There really are. There's more of us.
Yeah, just got to bring them together. That's what I've been trying to network recently with smaller YouTubers like myself. Just to collaborate, see if I can get them to join the Grey Order as well. It's that's why I joined Twitter. I wasn't going to join Twitter. I really hate Twitter. Everywhere I turn, there's some politics and someone saying something stupid, and I'm having to turn away. But yeah, I found a few people, but it's just during this lockdown, I don't have much time at the moment. I thought I'd have more time, but no. When you got kids, you know this longer. It's just
when they're home, they have more. They want more attention.
They want more attention. They're constantly at each other's throats, literally. So you got to keep an eye on them. I've got a baby that's trying to kill himself, falling off the sofa, trapping his fingers, falling on concrete. Oh God, it's been a nightmare. And yeah, I've only just got 2 podcast episodes out. I've done a bonus episode, which was actually my friend Vasily back in earlier this year. He was at GalaxyCon in Virginia. He got the chance to interview John Jackson Miller, and so
yes,
yeah, he sent me that. He said, "Can you upload this for me?" So I did, but I've decided to add it to my podcast library as well because it's such a good interview. And John Jackson Miller was really tired. It was the 3rd day of the convention. You can see in the video he's exhausted. And I said to Vasily, "Why didn't you buy him a coffee or something?" He's like, "He didn't want one." I was like, "All right, there's a nice guy right there. He didn't even want to go out of his way to buy a coffee." And he granted him the permission to do the interview, and that's how committed to the fans he is. I know he's been easily reachable to fans for years, right? So through the forums and everything like that. He asked a couple of questions for me. I learned for himself. It's a good interview. I like it, and hopefully it gets to do more stuff like that. But it's all happening over in the States, and I look for Star Wars events here in the UK, and even before this lockdown, it's just slim pickings everywhere. It's like we usually have something called For the Love of Sci-Fi, which goes on in Manchester. They even have a Star Wars bar.
Yeah.
The Mos Eisley Cantina, the actual a replica of it, where you can go and drink, have a party, and that. With kids, I couldn't do it, and they don't seem to be doing it this year, even before the lockdown. Unfortunately, I was really looking forward to hopefully going to that this year. But yeah, it's all happening in the States. You guys are lucky, honestly.
So Roadcast, I want to ask you, you're brand new to me. Let's you and me cross paths in the Twitterverse. I already follow Michael and he follows me. And I also follow GA and the Grey Council, and I'm humbled that they follow me. Look me up. Same handle.
It's
Same
funny.
thing.
It's funny you
Like,
mention that because Roguecast never had a Twitter.
Let's follow one another. I want to get Roadcast in my playlist.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I can't find you just yet,
It's because he
but I'll find
actually.
you.
It's funny you brought that up, RFB, because Roguecast never had a Twitter. He just recently made one. He's like, I've been avoiding doing Twitter.
I hate it.
Okay, all right.
Am I allowed to say one small little swear word on your podcast, or is that not allowed?
You can say whatever you want.
No,
Yeah.
you're allowed. You're allowed.
I
You're
called
allowed.
it. I called it
All's
swatter
good.
for years. That's what it's given to me. I've always said swatter because it's. I always used to say it's just full of people like that. I've joined it several times, but
Understood.
left. I don't mean that personally to everyone who's
Yeah.
on it. Like it's
No.
just there's a large section of
You're
people
good.
like that who
You're good.
frustrate me. I've joined it a few times and left. I've
Yeah.
probably got about 4 alt accounts.
Yeah.
I'll never get access to again. Because I can't remember the passwords or anything. But it's also just keeping up with it, keeping up with different social media. Like I'm always on Facebook. I've even got an Instagram account somewhere, which again I just don't use. I cannot be bothered spending this much time on
Me
social
neither.
media. You know, it's
Understood.
It's in that interview with Jonathan Davis as well. He said something which kind of made me think as well. He said for years he was posting on the I can't remember the name. The Star Wars forum that got taken down. It was big in the early 2000s. Do you know the one I'm on about?
The Jedi Council forums?
Yes. He said he spent so much time on that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And now there's so many things he wants to go back and read because he had so many great conversations and it's gone.
Yep.
And he said he made him reevaluate how much time he spends on social media. And it made me think like, yeah, this could all be taken down one day. And then where is it? You know, like, so I decided to stop spending so much time on Facebook after that as well. But now I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. 2 YouTube channels now, actually. I thought I may as well put some time into it. I wish I could just hire someone to do it. I really do.
Can I find you on YouTube through
Broadcast? It's literally just Star Wars Rogue
I'll look you up.
Podcast. Yeah. I'll DM it to you later. And then I've got this new one, Rogue's Hub, which is because
RFB, do you use Discord at all?
Oh, little if any. I'm barely schooled in it, and I'm subscribed to quite a many of our friends through Discord, but I don't use it very, very much, if little or any at all. Mostly for, and I know folks and friends can do live chats and whatnot through Discord, but mostly for me, if I'm an Apple user or an iTunes user, that's what my playlist mostly carries on, and I'm pretty much tied into what's starting to be like what Michael's doing on YouTube or through StreamYard, live chats through many. It's a growing list, many friends, and with live chats. Yeah, I love live chats. That's why I started and picked up and started using the hashtag live chat crew. Use it. I kind of picked it up from some friends from some folks who used it long time ago. But it's a thing. Yeah, you want to use that and call friends.
Oh, we lost Roll from.
We lost him.
Jonathan. No. I mean, ideally, I call myself British because that's I don't do the whole English, Scottish, Welsh, Irish thing. I've got all blood in me. So I say British, but no, I'm from England, near Liverpool. So yeah, you're way off, pal. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a very Beatles vibe to your voice, so it's Liverpool.
Yeah, I say Liverpool because one, I don't really want to say where I'm exactly from, but two, it's such a shithole where I'm from. No one's heard of it. And let's say it's near where Daniel Craig is from, and yet we sound so different.
Yeah,
that's that's like
Roadcast, Mr. Roadcast. Let me tell you, I got some friends over there in England, way across the pond, right there with you in my playlist. Maybe I'm hopeful that you're understanding, well, that you know who they are. Star Wars Sessions, Matt and Luke, do you know who they are?
No, here's the thing. I don't listen to other Star Wars podcasts usually because I don't want it to influence what I'm doing, if you know what I mean. Like, because I could end up like, I don't know. I just like to do what I'm doing, if you know what I mean. Like to be in my, like, I probably will eventually, but while I'm starting out, I don't want to end up, not purposely, but being influenced by someone else's work and then doing something very similar to what they're doing just by it can just happen subconsciously, you know what I mean? Like,
No, you're.
yeah.
I take it as you're doing your own thing and they're doing their own thing. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, you got some friends right there nearby you that are. I'm hoping you're going to become friends.
Yeah, I mean,
I just said Star Wars.
That, yeah.
Also,
I'm thinking of hosting Sabak nights. I've got a Sabak deck here, and I want to host Sabak nights and maybe stream it onto YouTube.
Michael's going to know who I'm talking about is Johnny Orm.
Mm-hmm.
My Star Wars Life deck. Yeah, you got friends over there, bud.
Oh, right, okay. Well, yeah, I'd definitely like to speak to them, introduce them anytime, even if it's on here on Conda's
If I can
stream.
be a help in any way, please ask. Please ask.
Yeah, I will do.
I'll be helping anyway.
Appreciate that.
There's many more I ain't yet said. There's many more I ain't yet said. That's neighbors to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my best friend, he's not a Star Wars fan. I tried watching it with him, and he's just too negative about everything. He's just putting out things that's like I know that he because he's not a big Star Wars fan, he doesn't know the reasons behind it. Like we're watching A New Hope, and he's saying like, you know, when Threepio and Natsu go down to Tatooine, and he's like, you know, why don't they just shoot the escape pod? I'm like, because Imperial officers are stupid. They're not there on merit. they're there on through.
Whoa! I was in the 501st Legion once. I was an Imperial officer once. Don't be so harsh, please.
Well, you know what I was saying is they're there through nepotism and through loyalty to the Empire, not through merit. And you know, I was just constantly having to pause and explain this shit to him, and in the end, I was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to work as a series," because I was just trolling him. But that's why I was so quiet before. I was trolling him actually because he's not a Star Wars fan; he's a Dragon Ball Z fan. And I sent him a picture of someone dressed in some cosplay. I said, "Oh, look, he's dressed up as Goku." I knew it wasn't Goku. And he's like, "No, that's Go Getter." I was like, "What's the difference?" Because he does this to me with Star Wars. He trolls me this way. I was like, "What's the difference?" He said, "It's half Goku, half who? Half Vegeta." And I was like, "Oh, so I was half right." I think he's a bit annoyed with me now. But yeah, I said if I go into Dragon Ball, you go into Star Wars, but it doesn't look like that's gonna. Because he also wants me to get into wrestling. I was like, I'm never gonna watch wrestling. I'm sorry. I like the promos; they are entertaining, but other than that, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit there and watch wrestling.
Yeah, see, I grew up in the '80s, and you know, wrestling was. I remember, you know, when they never wrestled, or the big guys never wrestled, or you never saw them on TV wrestling, even though they still wrestled 300 days a year. But you know, when Saturday Night Main Event, when you know, every couple months, it was the biggest thing in the world. And I was a little kid and trying to stay up to watch it, and you know, it was a treat just to be told you could stay up and watch it. And you know, half the time I would miss it.
I remember the creation of the Mega Powers on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man got together. I was Jesus. I was like 11, 12.
Alrighty, friends. I'm gonna step myself back out of this live stream and I'm gonna go jump back into live chat and do my moderating duties. So carry on, friends.
It was nice speaking.
Very glad. Likewise, my friend. Let's hook up in the Twitterverse.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm going to have to stick
around
the Twitterverse.
You find me, I find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very
we'll
much. I've
carry
already
on
added you.
there.
I've already followed you.
Yeah, I'll make sure you guys get connected.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'm gonna back out
Thank
too.
you, Michael. Thank you.
Got some other stuff I wanted to head out and work on.
Yeah, any streams tonight longer?
Nothing planned. No, I mean, I actually I'm supposed to go on with Lewis on his nerd report later tonight. I've been kind of doing that every night, but that's like he's Pacific, so that's like really late at night. But I've been going on there. It's like 11 o'clock my time.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. my time. That's
yeah,
why.
right.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun, but it's too late for me sometimes. Same with Max.
To be fair, it's too late for me. but I end up being up till 2-3 a.m. doing it. But yeah, so I might do that. I'm gonna go. I was probably gonna game a little bit more and do some other stuff tonight. So I was gonna step out too. But thank you for having me, Michael. I appreciate being here, and of course, RFB. Always a pleasure to see you. And Rocast, I see Rocast every day in Discord with us too. So
yeah, keeping that Discord busy.
yeah.
It's one of the best Discords that I've found. There's a couple that I've checked out, and it's just like, it's either just nothing but Star Wars talk, and it's just like, you can go on the Great Council Discord, and there's a little bit of everything on there. So, and there's a lot of people in there, but it's not just constant. And some of them, it's like, well, you weren't here today. Where were you? It's like, dude, I got like, I come in when I can. Half the time, like in Discord, half the time I'm looky-loo. I hardly ever post, but I'm there a lot or checking things out and see what was posted. But
right. And just for clarification, it's not the Great Council Discord. It's not for my channel. It's for the Grey Order.
The Grey Order.
Yeah. So it's for all of us. Michael's YouTube channel gets auto posted when he puts a video up. Yep. So does Roadcast, mine, other people that are in there as well. And there's a bunch of channels for, everything you could think of. There's channels for Doctor Who, channels for Star Trek, channels for, there's a My Little Pony channel. There's
There's one.
Yeah, well, it's called Equestrian.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've never clicked on that one, but okay. I'm gonna go see who's in there.
Irish. Stories by Irish.
Yeah,
she's basically likes My Little Pony, and her husband, her fiance, is a brony. So, that's
why does it have such a big following with adults? I've never understood that.
It was popular. It was popular when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I didn't play with them. I played with Star Wars toys, and the girls played with My Little Pony or whatever. But now it's just kind of like there's no reason that a girl can't play with the Star Wars toys. Back in the '80s, you couldn't do that. I would use my Star Wars toys. I'd use my sister's My Little Ponies, but they weren't My Little Ponies. They were whatever creature I needed them to be, and at that time, or
like Andy on Toy Story.
Well, I'm constantly telling my stepchildren that.
Yep.
But I gotta be honest with you, the newer My Little Pony cartoons, they're actually not that bad. They're actually pretty good.
I'll stick them on for the kids, and I'll watch for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
Same with Star Wars, it's for the kids. I'm constantly telling that to my stepkids as well. Like, because I used to have a Mulan doll when I was a kid, and some of my family, not my immediate family, my cousins, and that would kind of laugh at me. I'd be like, "Why, Mulan's badass? I don't give a damn what you say." But they're kind of like that, where they'd be like, "Oh, look, he's playing with a girl's toy," or "Oh no, I don't want that. It's a boy's color." I'm like, "There's no boys' colors or girls' colors. Like, it's I'm constantly reinforcing that, but I don't know where it's coming from as well, because I don't see that said these days. It was said a lot when I was a kid, but I don't know where they're getting that from these days. But do you guys agree with that? Would you say that to your kids? Like, there's no boys' colors and girls' colors. There's no boys' toys and girls' toys.
Not anymore. No, they're trying to make it unisex. And again, my kids are all grown. My youngest is 21. So but they're trying to make it more unisex. And to be fair, I know there's people that have problems with this, and it's like, listen, man, let kids play with whatever they want to play.
Yeah,
with. Who cares, man? Just let them play. It's because
exactly.
If they say specifically, if they say, I don't want my son playing with girls' toys, or I don't want my daughter playing with boy toys, I don't care how you want to spin it, you're literally saying you're scared they're going to be gay. There's no other rational explanation to that. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I can't see any other reason that you would be so. No, unless someone who does think like that wants to step up and say why they would think that. That I'm open to other reasons they would, but no,
like,
I can't.
Sorry to tell you, guy, if your child's gonna be gay, the toys ain't gonna be the thing that does it. Okay,
No.
so it's just,
No.
you know, but yeah, it's just let them play. They're kids, man. Let them play with whatever they want to freaking play.
Well,
with.
I
Who
played with that
cares?
Mulan doll, and I'm fine. Like,
That's right.
well, fine's probably not the right word to use, but you know, I'm straight. So,
Yeah.
and all the other little. I had a pink bike which my granddad bought me. My dad went crazy at him. My dad apologized for it later on, though, so well done to him. But yeah, that's my granddad as well. Like, he was in his.
Which is funny how times change, because originally colors like pink and purple were masculine colors.
Yeah, but this is in the early 90s. My granddad, old Scottish man, and he was like, "It's a bike. Doesn't matter what color it is. It's a bike.
Ride the damn thing. Just ride it. Okay, be happy you got it.
Exactly. I loved it. I didn't even remember what color it was till I was reminded. Yeah.
Yeah, GA. I can speak to what you just said, because my 3 girls, my middle girl finds herself on her same side. If you take my meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she claims herself to another girl, and I'm fine with that. And that weren't because of toys. And she loved many different kind of toys.
Yeah.
But
it's also like,
and
one of my best
just
friends.
take her for what she is and who she chooses to be. That's her. Got nothing to do with me or my wants. That's who she is.
It's like one of my best friends is trans. I knew him growing up, and you know, he told us that when he was about. She told me that I'm still Justin. She told me that when she was about 17, and she was the most like, she liked everything masculine, you know, like obsessed with James Bond, Metal Gear Solid, you know, all his boy stuff, Star Wars, things like that. That would be considered boy stuff, and yet she's trans. It's like, so yeah, it definitely has no effect as far as I can tell through my experiences.
It is what it is. But no, I'm gonna back out, Michael.
That's who she is.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me. Nice talking, everybody. And
thank you.
It's been great.
We'll catch you all on the flip side.
Yeah, and everybody that's in the chat, I'm always posting whenever I watch Lunga's stuff. So if you're following me on Twitter, you're gonna see it. Make sure you follow him and his YouTube pages and on Twitch. You know, Twitch is one of those things that I think it's a lot harder to get started. But once it gets going, it's a lot better. Like, I have a few people in here from Twitch. I got somebody that I don't speak Russian, so I don't know what that says. Hopefully it's not like, you know, fuck you asshole or something like that. You know, your show sucks.
Hey,
so
he says it.
Translate for you know.
Thank you for giving me the hours. There you
go. Yes, let me see what he said. Hello, good morning. There you go.
There you go. Okay. Well, good night, guys. We'll talk to you later, and have a good one.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay,
I'll pass along whatever you got to share, bud.
So for those of you that are in here, it looks like there's a couple of you right now. I just started. I'm gonna finish my Fallen Order on YouTube, but when I do any more gaming or some of these shows, well, I didn't finish it. I mean, I'm gonna finish it, but I just posted the link to Twitch on there. I would really appreciate it if you clicked on there and just went over and gave me a follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
It's a much different, you know, platform, and I'm not saying it for anything, but it just makes things a little bit easier and a little bit different. And you know, I can it's just really different. It's a completely different world than YouTube. It's like if YouTube and Twitter had a baby. That's what
pretty much.
That's what Twitch is. Yep. So
pretty much. Yeah, I have a Twitch account that I've been following. I've been in live chats, and Twitch kind of acts up a little bit, kind of like StreamYard does for me.
It was acting up for
Shannon?
me just before. Yeah. So
Miss Shannon
Mhm.
and Shannon Moran. Roadcast. Shannon Moran is a YouTuber and a video editor. She's also over there with you across the pond. You might want to look her up.
Yeah.
Shannon Moran. If you
Yeah,
know
I
who
will
she
do.
is already. Okay.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
give a
most
look.
people I know in the Star Wars community either come through the Grey Order or through my friend the one who interviewed John Jackson Miller. He knows a lot of people in the Star
Okay.
Wars community, so most people I know are in the States because he's in the States. Like, not too many over here that I know.
Well, I'll definitely recommend Miss Shannon for you to give a look at.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
She lives in Brighton, I want to say, and she was working as a video editor in London. And
Okay.
if
Yeah,
you
it's right
find
near
her,
London. Brighton.
I hope you find her. And if you do find her, tell her I sent you. Girl Farmboy.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
she'll be grateful, I'm telling you. Yeah. Let me think who else here right now. I had another thought and it went that way. And I don't really remember what it is. So, Michael, Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Imperial Senate podcast also does through Twitch. Can Twitch do like what we're doing right here now? Or is it just kind of you stream with a chat room? Pretty much.
I am
Like
not
that?
sure. I am not sure.
All right, so we'll take some time, get it sorted out. And if, you're starting this, if you can get that figured out that it's kind of similar to this, please do say so, because I'll go that way. Because StreamYard's been a little bit tough on my end.
Now you can't do the same thing like with. So I go to StreamYard and like Lunga, I'm not just using the free one anymore. I'm using the deluxe one. So it's just like those little costs. That's
Mhm.
$25 plus tax or whatever every month. Just right there, just to
Expensive.
just to hang out and talk with you guys. But it's the best thing out there right now. I mean, I could use the free one, but they cut off your number of hours you're allowed to stream, and it's just like sometimes when I'm doing an hour or two with RFB going through the book, and it's an hour and a half. We do that twice in a week. That's 2 hours, and I do this stream and it ends up being 3 hours. And I do a video game or two, or it ends up being 5 or 6 hours. There's a couple times where it's like I can't do a stream right now, or when I'm on my stream at the end of the week, whatever it is. Like if I got cut off, I wouldn't be able to get back on because I'd be over my hours.
There is Zoom, and maybe if you use XSplit to capture Zoom, you can have bigger parties in Zoom as well. You can have like quite a lot of people in it, and you can mute people and whatnot. Like taking in turns to speak. It's more for conferences, you see. I've used it a couple of times for other things, but I can imagine if you use Zoom, which is free, you can go through XSplit and then cast onto YouTube that way. That could be an option.
Well, see, now I've been using Zoom. Like when I was in Chicago for Celebration, there was 20 of us in a house. I mean, it was huge, but it was still 20 people, still 20 people. It wasn't like it's not like there was 20 of us in a one bedroom apartment. Like it's I think it was actually 17 or 18 people. I say 20, but it was like 17 or 18, and that's what it says. It sleeps 17 or 18, and it did. But that's still a lot of people in one house. So we broke it down this year to a couple of houses. But we've done Zoom streams like for us because there's 10 or 12 of us that get in there and talk about whatever, and people kind of like this popping in and out and do whatever. But it's it's different. Like where we're coming on here talking about Star Wars stuff, we're going on there because through Star Wars we actually became friends, and every now we get on, we talk about whatever's going on, and sometimes people aren't on for a couple of weeks. Sometimes we just kind of started doing them with Celebration since this isolation thing started going on. But it's just it's just like StreamYard's the best one.
And that's why they can charge so much as well. There's no other service like this out there. So
and they give it to you for free, and I mean you can use it for free, And the first 5 or 6 months I had it, I used it for free. Then I was like, well, you know what? I'm at the point where I don't want to see the StreamYard thing because I'm not just streaming once a week anymore. I'm streaming, I'm streaming 4 times a week for 2 or 3 hours at least. This one, there's not a lot going on, and a lot of people that like to come in here and do the regular chats aren't here, so it probably won't be, a long one, but it's still going to be 2 hours.
Share it. I've just revived. I have a Facebook group, which for my page. It's called Strictly Star Wars, and I've just revived it, mainly for my podcast, just to build a community and such.
Yeah.
And let me just post right now and see if maybe people will come on.
And make sure that you and I talk either in Discord or on Twitter, or on Facebook. Find me on Facebook. It's TooMedToo's. I'm on everything. I'm on everything that's TooMedToo's. And let me know, just because it's not Roadcast, that in case I forget, if it's a day or two or whenever it is, and I'll spread it around. And I'll get you.
Yeah, you're welcome to join. If you want to join as your page, even if because I know some people would rather keep their actual profiles away from people on YouTube knowing it, and I totally understand that. But you can join as just your page. I'm just going to post this. Say I'm live now with TooMedToo's. Yeah, TooMedToo's, isn't it? Just what do you call this show? Bacta Tank.
Bacta Tank. Yep.
Yeah.
Kylo Custom Squad. You show up and people are leaving. Yeah, man. I don't know. I wasn't going to say anything. You're welcome to be here. Just take a shower or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on with. But yeah, so that's the big thing I got going on right now. I think I don't even know what I'm at for how many people I have on YouTube right now, but the last couple of days I gained 10 or 12 people the other day. I gained 10 or 12 people the other day. And the next day I gained 2. Yesterday I gained 6. I think today I gained 12 or 14, something like that. We'll see what it's like at the end of the day. It's weird because they tell you, they cut them off at different times on what their day is. The 2 things I use TubeBuddy, and then I think it's Video IQ. They just keep track of things for you, which I don't hope, or I don't really track things like that, because it's not a big corporation trying to figure out this video did best for this video did best for this. Once I do monetize, maybe I will start making some little shorter videos or talking about stuff just to get some views in there and make a couple dollars. But it's like the stuff I do going through the book. I can't just stop after 10 minutes. After what am I going to do each page? Here's page number 4 and 5.
Some people do. Some people do. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like for me, it's go on.
Oh no, it's just that's not my style. It's just not really worth my time. This isn't my livelihood. I don't know how much more money, now they can tell me I can start making a couple $1,000s each week, doing each page, then I'll do each page. That's not a problem. If I can make a couple $1,000s a week. But it's like, for the amount of work you have to put in, like Lungo was saying,
it's harder these days. It really is.
It's like, I made sure, that I set up, just a couple minutes of setting it up and making the thumbnail and, put it on Twitter and put it on Facebook, and talking to some people. And, I've been going through my Facebook list, and like I have 2 things that I type and, or I copy and paste, and one's for my personal page. And I'm like, hey, friends and family, could you just do me a favor and click here? It's 2 clicks. You never have to watch. It's just my hobby, whatever, BS. It will really help me out. And my other one's like, on my YouTube, it's like, hey, it's a little nicer than this, but it says, hey, listen, it says that you're going to be subscribed to my fucking channel. If you're friends with me on Facebook, so make sure you do. Here's the link.
I did
the new people
when I started my new channel, Rogue Sub, which was only a few days ago. It was my birthday, and just a few hours before my birthday, I thought, right, I'm going to make the channel because I know people are going to come onto my Facebook page with the happy birthday and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wrote happy birthday. I made a post. I said, since it's my birthday, everyone go subscribe to my channel. Everyone who commented on my wall saying happy birthday, I just left a link saying for my birthday, can you just go sub to my channel? I had like 25 subs by the end of the day, which is not a lot of people saying happy birthday to me, but no one really does that anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, that's nobody says that anymore. Yeah, I know.
Plus, I hate all that shit. People saying happy birthday to me on Facebook because it's people I haven't spoke to in about 5 years, and they're saying happy birthday. I'm like, I know you're not sincere, so just go sub to my channel. I'll take that.
No, I mean, well, that's what that's why I've been getting so many because, I don't know what happened, but about 2 months ago, when I'd post Facebook lets you post to 50 people, because I do like the message, Facebook Messenger, and I would get about 10% of the people that are in my Star Wars group or Star Wars page or whatever would subscribe roughly. That would give me 5.
That's not bad.
And then I'd get a couple more here or there, whatever. It was about 4 or 5 on average.
Yeah.
And then I started doing. So now I'm doing. But then I went to a spot where I don't know what it was, but all these people that joined, no one was going to YouTube, so I was getting 1 or 2 people a day.
There's a couple of reasons for that. One is that Facebook doesn't really promote YouTube links.
Yeah.
They used to have the videos embedded into YouTube, so when you were into Facebook, so when you were scrolling through, you could actually play a Facebook video on YouTube through Facebook. That was a big help for channels. But then what Facebook also started doing was any links you have to pay to boost them. And a lot of people ignore links anyway, like to YouTube and that. I don't know why that is. I'm the same. If I see a YouTube link, I'll probably skip past it. I think it's because people don't want to leave Facebook. They're happy scrolling their wall. They don't want to leave it to go to a video. And so I started with my page, International Star Wars Fans. It was growing at a really fast rate. I was uploading every day, several times a day. And then suddenly Facebook started strangling people's reach at that point. They wanted people paying to boost their posts. That's when all that started. So I had like 6,000 likes. I was getting like 30 views. Which is just, it's just, I felt it was wrong, really. But
because I know exactly what you mean, because everybody is, oh yeah, I'm going to join this page, and then they never go to it, which that's fine. But like, so yeah, I think I have about 500 or 600, maybe 600 or 700 on my Facebook group, which it's a private group. And then my page is open to everyone. But I still have the same number on that one. But on my I don't know what's going on. On my like paid my TooMedToo's like I'm a person page. I just started once I hit about 1,500 or 2,000 friends on there. It just went crazy, and now I get like 20 or 30 requests a day to be on there. And most of them don't even like Star Wars. They're just joining pages because they want to get their numbers up on how many friends they have, and they don't care what it is. So it's like right now I'm just sitting here joining people and letting people in, and then I send them the message, hey, join my page. And some people are like, no, I don't even like Star Wars. And it's like, okay, goodbye. I don't have...
Strange, isn't it? Maybe it's because of the name of your page. So, see, I paid just a few days ago. I paid £4, which is what in US dollars now. Let me see. I think it's like $6.
Yeah.
Let me see. GBP to USD, just to give you an example of how. $4.96. So it's about the same, really. It was only $5 I paid to boost my page for the first time in years, and I got about 200 likes out of it, which I think is, when you consider for a YouTube channel, you might get about 30 views or like 30 extra subs, maybe, or 30 extra views. I think that's quite worth it. I think Facebook is cheap. They're definitely the cheapest place to market because they've got so many people marketing on there. They can afford to make it cheaper. but it's just getting people to go from Facebook to YouTube. That is the only issue. It's definitely, there's no cheaper place to market. I was looking at Google for marketing, to get my channel to come at the top of the search engine from time to time. You're looking at about £70-80, and you might get about 200-300 clicks out of that, which is a lot of money just for those 200-300 clicks for people who may not even subscribe. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. But it's definitely worth putting a bit of money into Facebook marketing. But it's also it's still a risk. Everything like that's a risk. There's always some risk that people won't click your YouTube channel or something.
Yeah.
But definitely worth doing. Like I've just joined this new social. Like, it's not new. It's kind of oldish. It's a social media called Minds, and I thought there's several people on there. So I thought I might as well go on there because it's actually easier to get your stuff out there on smaller social media platforms. It's hard though. It's full of it's full of conspiracy theorists, and and I'm having to wade through all that stuff. But I have actually managed to network with a few people on there, like authors and such, strangely enough, who like Star Wars. A lot more people have seen my stuff on there than would normally on Facebook, which is good.
Yeah.
Worth signing up for, I'd say, just to try and, because I think you get paid for being on there as well, so that's quite good. But it's in cryptocurrency.
Okay, it sounds interesting. So.
Yeah, that's what I decided. I'm just going to try a load of different social media platforms to get it out there. I can't just rely on Facebook. It's also like it's important to have a website as well, because you can't just rely on like Facebook can remove your page at any time for any reason, and it can be the same with YouTube and such as well. It's important to have your own website because you need to have that platform that's your own, that it just can't be taken away from you so easily. Do you have a website?
I do, but I don't have anything on it because it was never built. And
yeah, I feel that.
So I gotta actually, I don't even know if I still have my domain name. I don't know if I renewed it, but no one's gonna pick it up.
Apparently, the price.
I don't want anybody here to be a fucking asshole and go, TooMedToo's or whatever. But because that's what it was just before. I think it was just the TooMedToo's channel or whatever. But now I went from being, and I don't know why, I just decided that I can fucking do it. It's my shit. I'm gonna do it. I went from a channel to a network. Even though I'm the only thing on it, but it's there's a couple different shows and I just do a bunch of different shit. So it's like, and that, I don't know. That's it's still just
a good base to expand from, doesn't it? So
yeah, but it's like it's so if it was the TooMedToo's channel, then you got to I don't know. I mean, it's still the same thing. All I did is change it from a channel to a network. And then there's the Bacta tank and Coruscant Corner, Collecting with Kylo, Coruscant, the Holocron House. So it's like I have 4 different shows on there, so that's why I just kind of changed it from whatever. So it was like, well, you're not a network, it's just you. And it's like, fuck you. Yeah, it is, because I say it is. Who's gonna tell me I'm not?
It's a name anyway.
NBC's a network, so who cares?
Yeah.
But it's like I started making the YouTube, like putting these into like podcast form, and it's not bad when it's you or I talk, and you're like where me and Lungo talked, or like even when it was, but like sometimes you just sit there and after a while you're talking, and like when I just went up to get myself another drink, if it would have been you and I, and you stop for a minute, like I have my headphones on, but there's like times where there's sometimes we're sitting there looking at each other because we can see each other. Well, not you because you don't have your camera on, but like you can tell from people's facial expressions what they're doing, and they their hand gestures, and sometimes that doesn't equate too well to a podcast. It's a lot easier to turn to record your podcast and throw that onto YouTube than it is to take a YouTube chat and make that into a podcast, especially
less people see them now as well. So.
Yeah, especially when they go when there's 6 people in there and they go 3 hours, and then you're talking, you got to figure it to edit it as double at least the amount of time that it is, the length of it, because you're listening to the entire thing. So if it's 3 hours, you're listening to it for 3 hours, and then each time you got to stop and you got to cut something. So you got to start spot and stop spot and erase spot and make sure they come together, and if you have to meld anything or whatever and put it together. And I know a lot of times on here there's big breaks, like 5-10 seconds, because like I was saying, the people doing facial expressions, or I go through and I say something and I go on my rant or talk about something for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I stop and everyone's listening to what I said and taking that in, and okay, fine. And then afterwards they're just like, and then they start with their own thing, and then people are talking about it, and then it's the kind of same thing over and over. So it's just
someone called Kilo wants to come on. Kilo Custom Squad. He wants to link us.
All right. The link's to the top of the page.
Do you want me to? I'll repost a link for you.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's fine.
That's why I re-record mine, because that way, like, I can also cut it into like 30-minute segments a lot easier. Which is perfect for people who are on their commute to work. Not so much anymore, but on a commute to work or taking the kids to school or something like that. That way it works better for them. The average trip to work for people is about 30 to 45 minutes, so you want to keep it around that time for a podcast. Mostly I look at, like I say, I don't watch Star Wars podcasters, but I listen to other podcasters, and I will, because they can't influence how I'll do my Star Wars stuff, but they can at least influence how I structure it together. And I don't look at the biggest ones really. Just not huge podcasters, usually political ones, so I'm not going to mention them here, but it would be like, I take that structure and I take lessons from them. I know a few as well. I don't know them, but I'm in contact with them on Facebook and such, so I can always go to them for advice. They're happy to give advice. It's the main thing is the editing. The editing is like the one I just done with Ambassador, with the second episode where I was chatting to Ambassador. It took me about 4 hours because, and that is a second edit, because I reformatted my computer and I thought I saved it, and I hadn't. So I had to do it all over again. It worked out fine, but you're talking 8 hours, and it's only got about 20 views right now, and I'm like, wow. The labor it took to get like 20 views. So I come up with a new system where if someone comes on my show, I will ask them if they want to put the podcast on their channel too, because that way, yes, more people will see my podcast and may subscribe, so I do benefit, but so do they with views, and they can obviously monetize it. If they're monetized, I don't mind that they put their time into that too by appearing. So yeah, you just got to be quite smart with it, because I realize the podcasters I listen to, they appear on other people's podcasts and they'll release it as a bonus episode, not as one of their series,
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's how I found a lot of different podcasters or heard of different people. I would definitely look into pre-recorded ones. If I were you, like, I would suggest that. It's a bit of work, but it's easy to get used to. It is expensive to get an editor.
Yeah, no, I that's how I start off is with the pre-recorded ones. And I was putting them out, and I didn't really like it as much. Like this is what I like. I like being able to come out and talk Star Wars, and like I had friends on last week that went to Galaxy's Edge, and then I stayed within Chicago, and one of them's on one of the a really big podcast, or actually 2 of them ended up coming on, and we were just shooting the shit. And that's what I like. I don't really like doing the like educating. Like I don't want to read the book and then tell you what the book was about or tell you how this happened or that happened. I want you to come on here and us to talk about it and what we think. Like that's what I like to do with my, now don't get me wrong, I listen to podcasts all day long and I watch YouTube, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just, like Rural Farmboy said, the 30-minute ones. I see 30-minute ones. I eat those up because I listen to all my shit on double speed. And it's like a lot of them that are 2 hours long. And, I'm not really saying anything about mine because, like, that's, I just stopped editing mine and I just put them on. They're on there. They're out. If you want to listen to them, they're on there.
Oh, I edit the arms and the breathing and everything. That's why it takes me so long. I'm a perfectionist.
Well, that's what I was doing. And I just didn't have the time for it because I'm doing this all the time and, don't have the system set up properly and all that shit. So I just put them on there now. So sometimes I have to come in half because you can't do more than 250 megabytes, which ends up being about 3 hours.
Yeah, I noticed that. Some of mine were like my first ones, like the one I did with Stephen Bastian on his Mara Jade fan film, which was my second episode. The quality was that high on the video. It took me about 10 hours to get it uploaded.
Oh yeah, that's.
Luckily, 245 people viewed that, which is good for me, and so it was worth it, kind of. But now I've found another video maker which makes them about 60 megabytes, which is a huge drop. Slight drop in quality, but totally worth it. Hey, Kilo, how you doing? Mouthful of food.
Yeah.
How you doing?
My videos are weird. Like I haven't had a really big one since I came back. When I was doing it a year ago or 2 years ago, I would get 400 or 500 views, 1,000 views. I don't know how or why. I was putting out a ton of videos. I was in the algorithm. My most successful one, I had about 80,000 or 90,000 views on it, and it was just me laying in bed, and I used my camera to record. I think it was The Last Jedi. They came out for some award show. I just recorded that and put it on there, and it got fucking 80,000 views or 90,000 views.
Wow, that's
and then YouTube took them all away from me. It went down to like 20,000 views, which is still fucking amazing. I didn't really get any subs off of it because it was just people that wanted to, they weren't Star Wars people that were viewing it weren't Star Wars people. They were people that wanted to see, Mark Hamill come out at the Oscars or whoever it was, or BB-8 at the Oscars or whatever, and just Google that, and then that comes up, or go on YouTube and see it. So they weren't following my channel, but I got a lot of views on it, and I got a lot of secondary views. Because even though it's down to 20, it was at almost 100,000. We'll just say, it had more views. That video itself had more views than I actually have right now, or YouTube has for me right now, because it was just so many. So I got a lot of my other videos at that time, have 1,000 or 2,000 views because people clicked it on and just came on. Whether or not they just watched it for the 30 seconds to give it the view, or they actually sat down and watched it, I don't know. So that's why my numbers are huge at the beginning, and now they're just like everything. My Bacta tanks will get about 40 to 60 viewers while it's on, and then the same number of people watch it afterwards. So another 40 or 60. So I'll have anywhere between 80 and 120 views. Some of them will go up to about 150. The books, anywhere between 40 and 150. So it's just, I don't really know how it is or who's watching it, but I don't go into great detail on it was this and this and this in the book. It's just kind of like a lot of times I just copy the same ones over and change one or two things, taglines or tag words or whatever that they tell you to use. But yeah, so I don't, it's just, I'm not in the algorithm. I don't know. And that's not really what I'm here for. Yeah, I'd like to make a little bit of money off of it, but I'm soon enough. I'm at.
Don't go in it to make money, because that's how it fails. You just got to go into it because it's your passion, and if you end up making money off it, that's a huge bonus. If you can make it your side gig or your main gig, especially. But it's not that easy anymore on YouTube. It was easy about 12, 15 years ago.
I don't think like this will ever be a side gig. It's it's like buying baseball cards and being able to sell a couple so you're not as broke.
Yeah.
And like so like if I do get so it's $25 for my StreamYard a month. It's if I get my website up and running, that's like another $20 a month. So you're talking right there $40-$50 just to have a website and to bring you a little better quality or better content. That's why I just started the Patreon, and I don't have tiers because I don't want to work to make money. I will probably put in tiers, but it won't be a lot of stuff. It's just, you get, I don't even know. That's why I haven't done any tiers, because I don't know what to do, because I don't want to put in, a $15, you got to give me $15 a month so you can get a t-shirt.
I'm waiting till I'm a lot bigger before I do that, because then I can add tiers. I probably could offer something, but otherwise, no. Like one good thing, one of my favorite podcasters does is, and there's a good reason he does this. If you support his show $5 a month, you get to go into his private Facebook group. It's a secret Facebook group where you can talk to him and talk to his members, and it's probably one of the highest quality groups I'm in, because people are paying to be there. It's not full of trolls and such. But there's another reason for it. Any haters go in there, they're paying. So he always says that, monetize your haters. He does.
Yeah.
He makes them pay to go in and troll him, and he's like, you can troll all you want here, you're paying. His joke's on you, buddy.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, that's why, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, well, what do I do for stuff? And it's like, I already have people that are, generous, and I don't have t-shirts made. I don't have stickers. And it's like, I don't want to go buy stickers just to give them away, just so I can bring in a few more dollars. If I had stickers, like Sticker Mule or whatever it is, they always send me, instead of $49, it's $29 for 300 stickers or whatever. Like if I started doing that when they send me the specials or whatever, when I have something and I had some stuff laying around, then I might think about it, because that way, once I know it would be better if I just waited till Celebration and got the 500 stickers, it would be cheaper. But this way you can build up a little bit and get a little bit different. And I know that if you get 200 stickers and 200 stickers, they give you a discount. But yeah, so we'll just see. Even something stupid the other day, I was looking at like boxing tape for when I send something, just so it's my thing on there. $29 for 300 feet or whatever it is. And for the amount of shipping I do, I send a box or two here and there, and that would last me fucking forever, I think. Until I actually started getting busy and doing things where, then it's not that big of a deal. But it's just like the little things that, make it look a little better. If I have to send somebody, I'm sending somebody, somebody won a contest a couple weeks ago that I was doing, and I still haven't sent them their Funko Pop, because we were trying to figure out mailing and weight and what's allowed to be on it. And, if certain boxes that they ship Funko Pops in will actually hold up in the mail, because I got one that way and it was perfect. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it then. And I told the guy, I said, hey, it's going to be a week or two before I send it to you. I want to make sure that some stuff works out. He's like, oh yeah, not a problem. Like, okay. But, so yeah, we'll see, maybe maybe once I start having a stockpile and, can figure out some, I have two things I can use. I can do TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. I can do TooMedToo's Bacta tank. And get some stickers made out of those.
It's easy these days if you go through once China's opened up for business again, and everywhere else in the world. It's easy to get that kind of stuff done these days through AliExpress and whatnot.
Yeah, and then so it's like and that way I have them for a celebration, or I can mail them to people, or that's what a lot of our friends are doing. And it's just like, it's something nice just to open up an envelope and all of a sudden, it's in there, or, get whatever it was, bubble mailers, for 100 of them for $39 or whatever it is, or $29. And it's like, well, that's a good idea, but I need something to put in it first. But as things, get bigger or grow or get a little bit different,
because some people always say like they don't want to do that kind of stuff, but once they get to a certain size, you got people asking for it.
Yeah.
And then you get people accusing you of, grabbing money or something like that. It's like, no, people are asking for this stuff. You're providing what they want. Because I've noticed that with channels as they get bigger, people do start saying, "Look, we want merchandise." Personally, I don't buy channel merchandise. So I just couldn't see myself walking around with a T-shirt of my favorite channels. But I can see why some people would.
I do it. I do it all the time. That's what
things like cups and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Majority of people just do T-shirts. That's
I give money to them on Patreon and that.
Yeah. But I had a couple people that wanted to know about when I got the artwork done, if I was going to get T-shirts made out of it, and I was like, well, I don't really know how that would look as a T-shirt, just the way it's shaped, because you have the robot all the way on one side. And then you have the Star Wars network over on the other side, so you have a big empty space. I think that needs to be filled in, or it needs to be moved around or changed. And we're like, well, I want that T-shirt, and I don't know, what do you do then? Do you go to StreamYard and put it up there and then, once it's up there for the $13, then another $6 to ship it to you, so you're talking about $20 for the T-shirt for who's ever in the the $10 tier. Then you ship it to them, and it's another $10. So you're talking about it's going to cost you $30. So you made, you make. I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but you make $60 a year off each person in the $10 tier if you do a T-shirt that way. Oh no, you got to do two T-shirts. So you end up making, So it's like, I don't know. I guess you got to figure it out and see.
There's a lot of websites these days which do it all for you. You just send them a design, they'll do all the shipping and everything like that. They'll give you they give you a commission. That's how it works, even though it's your design.
Okay.
And usually a lot of them do quite good commissions. I have a friend who runs a company that does that.
Okay.
It's quite, I can't remember the name, but I know it's quite popular. But it's easy money for him, and if you've got a following, it's easy money for whoever's doing that as well. And people, like I say, people want that as well. It's I don't buy all that exploiting and all that by pushing it. It's not. If people want it, people say you carry on, then
it's people want it and they're happy for what you're doing, and they understand that, like I said, if I get my website up and going, I mean, even without my website, it's $25 a month, just for me to have this. So I still need to work out how to do designs and shit that you can do or whatever. But before, it used to be a black screen behind us.
Do you stream onto Facebook?
I do.
Yeah. How many viewers do you get with that? I've tried it before, and it's worse than Twitch. I find you might get one viewer if you're lucky.
Well, I would do it because I would put, so like this. I put on. I switched it from Facebook to Twitch because I wasn't getting that many viewers on Twitch or on Facebook, and I put it on Facebook that it's on there. I put it on my personal page. I put it on my TooMedToo's page, or like TooMedToo's like person page, because I have a page like it's a person. I put it on my group, and I put it on my TooMedToo's page. So people know where to find it if they want to watch it. It's not as easy, but I'm trying to get off of the the Facebook thing, just because you can't really, I don't know, it's not the platform I want to be in. And to be honest, Twitch, I can go on Twitch and once again not make a lot of money on it, but if there's people on Twitch, they give you $1 or $2 here and there.
Oh, I've seen someone get someone had a list of their top donations. There's just some guy playing RuneScape. He doesn't even interact with the chat. He doesn't really talk. The most boring person ever. And I think RuneScape's a boring game. Sorry to RuneScape fans. So I just checked it just to see what's going on. He had like thousands of viewers. His top donator was $20,000. I was like, what the hell? Just for this boring guy playing a boring game?
Yep. That's like the other thing. Like my goal wasn't to, my goal is to get to 1,000 so I can live stream.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be able to get the hours for it. Now I'm at the hours, and it's like, okay, it'll be nice that, I'm gonna apply for super chats and shit like that, because why not? But I'm not gonna be one of these channels that pushes it, because that's not, maybe, if I think I could actually get big enough to where I could be doing chats every day, and different ones, and whatever it is, and make enough money in my life that, I could work part-time. Like, I don't see myself ever making enough money, and what happens if there's no more Star Wars ever again? Who's going to watch it, and what's going to happen? But it's just like, it's hard to, you have to be so big and making so much money off of it that that you can do it, and then you still have to have something to fall back on for when it does stop, and YouTube becomes obsolete, and what are you going to do now? Because
you got to be up to date. Yeah, you got to be constant. That's what I'm trying to do now, is just be up to date. Because like with Facebook and that, like you're saying before, it's not even worth it. I think you're right. Most people go on Facebook just to scroll and argue and spy on family members or friends or whatever.
Yep.
And unless you're in groups, unless you got like a big group, there's no point in streaming, because that's where people go to be part of communities, and maybe we'll watch a video if you stream into a group. But then you have to be an admin of that group, you have to grow it, and it's a lot of effort. It's good for advertising, it's just not good for basing it all on, in my opinion. How are you, Kilo, anyway?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Right. Just sitting here and listening to the chit chat. How are you? How is things over in your area?
Well, getting a bit of cabin fever at this point. I don't really go out either, but I'm stuck in with the kids, so it's like, yeah, that's why I'm getting it. But I'm just starting to miss society now at this point.
Yeah, I'm still stuck working, but I think I'm going to end up quarantining here very soon.
Yeah, right. Bloody hell. Are you at home?
And there's just my job is just getting to be too ridiculous, and we have no protective gear, we have no gloves, no masks. We deal with the almost everyday public, and they don't respect the distancing. A lot of them don't respect the whole "don't sneeze or cough," and basically they don't respect the whole damn thing of, if it's not an extreme emergency, stay the hell home.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been running fevers here and there, got chills here and there. I've got the case of the Hershey squirts for the last 10 days. So, I mean, but I'm not like needing to go to the hospital like sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
what my friend just got over the coronavirus, and that's pretty much how he was, apart from the Hershey squirts. He had, the next stage is like short of breath, but it's not like, from what he said, it's not like so bad you'd need to go to hospital. It's just like you just need to sit down a lot, really, and just don't overexert yourself,
because it's like it zaps the energy that you have. Like this weekend, man, I'm telling you, even Saturday night I was exhausted, and usually, and I took a nap Saturday just so I can be ready for the late night. We played that Trivial Pursuit. We played trivia all night. I was so tired. Like, I tried to, and it wears you out. My legs have been like jello for the last 4 or 5 days, and yeah, I mean, you'll be a little bit short of breath, but I don't think, because I'm only like 40, and I just seen in my area there's a high school kid who died from it. But the only way that you're dying from it is if you have like some severe underlining other issue, because I have a few, but it's not doing me, like putting me in the hospital, get ready to kill me.
It's not cancer or anything, right? So right? So it's like there's people with like cancer or they already have emphysema or something like that who are
like I have COPD, and my wife has been religiously yelling at me and telling me to quarantine because of what's going on, because that's an underlining thing that could cause issues with it, because it's a respiratory issue. But I mean, it's taken out in my area. Like we had a high, what do you say, spike? Like we've had like 50 plus people die. I mean, of course, a lot of them come from like the nursing homes in the area. And like the elderly people, they're dropping because this is just too much. People around here are whining about the prisoners got it. So I'm just gonna say, hey, look, if you're in the state penitentiary, and not, this isn't county, they're claiming like Stateville, like the national, might even be worldwide known prison. Mike, do you know about Stateville? Do you know? Have you heard of it?
It sounds familiar.
Mentioned in a few. Which state are you in?
Illinois.
I think I have, because I don't know if I've heard on Shameless actually, maybe or something.
I also live in a town where they filmed Prison Break.
I've never seen that, but I need to. Yeah, feel free to yell at me. I need to see it. But...
That prison's right here in town. I go by it on a regular basis. But Stateville is the federal penitentiary, and they're over there bitching and complaining about the inmates. I'm sorry. That is that all right, Mike? I don't think I went too far out. With can I say that?
Say what?
I said they're bitching.
You can say whatever the fuck you want, dude.
All right. Well, I mean, I know we have different rules for this one in the septic tank.
No, you can, yeah. We just don't want people showing their fucking porn on this one. Where septic tank, it's like
toys or whatever. But they're around here bitching that there was, I think the exact number was 19 inmates, and a good hand of them were in the death row end of it, and they're complaining, oh my God, the prisoners, the COVID-19, whatever. Look, you son of a bitch, if you're on death row and you get COVID, it's a blessing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's going to cut your sentence down. These people are throwing fits because, well, we need to release some of the prisoners because the way that the COVID is in there, it's inhumane. People, if they're in a federal penitentiary,
they're going to go back. So they're going to mostly.
Yeah, that's like the worst of the worst in this area. They're in a federal pen. You want to let them out because of COVID-19?
Yeah, it's not non-violent crimes, is it?
So what? 10 of them die. They get out. Tens and hundreds are going to die because they're going to get out killing people.
Yeah, I know. I could understand when it's non-violent crimes, like petty crimes, and people are in, like, yeah, fair enough. And if the sentence is already, like, past halfway, I can get that.
Like tax evasion. All right, look, like, let the tax evasion people out, whatever, whatever. But, I mean, these are rapists and killers and whatever and whatnot that are in there, and they're complaining, oh, we should let them out because it's inhumane because of COVID-19.
There's people like you who don't have PPE. There's nurses and, people, a lot more people need PPE before they do, without a doubt.
Like that, the hell with that, like we need it because we deal with people all day, and it's just got to the point where we complained. Like we go to the grocery store, they have like the plastic shields up, and even small mom and pop grocery stores in our area got the plastic shields up. They got gloves, they got masks, they got everything they need. You come into and I work for a national across the country franchise, or a corporation, I should say. It's a corporation. We got shit.
Oh, jeez. That's, yeah. A few supermarkets, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of Tesco. I know it's tried to branch in the US. I think it failed. They did really well.
Like, they shot down my idea of giving them like curbside service, kind of like what you guys do, Michael, where they put their order in, they pay for it, and you just bring it to them.
Yeah.
But they shot that down. I brought it up for the safety reasons because I had somebody walking around my shop hacking and coughing all over the damn joint. Now, I don't know if they have it. I don't know if they do or not. Do I want to get hacked and coughed on by somebody who has that or whatever else they got? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why can't we? And they shot down the idea of the online, you know, for the parts and the stuff. Put it in or come to the door. I'll give you, you know, I'll come over to the door, write down what you need, go get you your shit, bring it back to you, and then you can leave. Like, why do I need you breathing and coughing all over me? You know?
Yeah. It's what excuse did they have for that?
I just seen a comment. They said that you can't execute unless you're healthy.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I've heard that before. It's just strange, isn't it? It's really strange. It's kind of like how they wipe the needle before they inject them.
Unfortunately, in my state, they don't execute anywhere. So those guys on death row, they're just sitting.
Yeah.
I think the last guy they executed was John Wayne Gacy. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of him. And that means if I've heard of him over here, he's done something bad.
he's the one that, like 37 young boys and buried them underneath his front porch.
That prick, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of him. That was worldwide, that one.
Yeah, that's the last one that they popped the damn switch on, and that's it.
Yeah. It's not too bad where I am at the minute. Like, there's been a few deaths, but it's mainly like old people. Like you say, people with underlying conditions. And here's the thing: there's a lot of people out there right now saying, like, I keep seeing this a lot, and these are people even that I'm friends with keep saying this, like, they're not dying of COVID, they're dying of something else, so it doesn't count towards the death toll. It's like, no, if they have COVID, but they also have something else, and it's say they have cancer, and it's the cancer that kills them, but if they wouldn't have died if it wasn't for the COVID, then the COVID is what killed them. There's no other way around it. Like, it's no different to when if someone with cancer has flu and they die of flu, it's flu that killed them.
Because how many people, like, I'm willing to bet, I mean, of course I'm no doctor, but even if I was a doctor, I'd still sit here and bullshit with you guys. But the thing is this teenager that died, okay, the original diagnosis was like pneumonia. But since he died during this COVID thing and it was a respiratory related passing, they automatically dubbed it as COVID-19. So then this way they can tack that poor kid as a number into these totals and keep building the numbers up and making it look like this is. I mean, I'm not downplaying it because I've lost a couple people to it. Yeah. I've lost a couple people to it. I just lost somebody the other day to it. All right. But the thing is I think it's being blown up more than it needs to be. It's making it sound like that this thing is like the new Black Plague.
Yeah.
When it's really not. It's, you know, or like the Spanish flu, or what was it, the swine flu or whatever it was a couple years ago. I mean, it's all the same shit. You lost old people who were sick already. And then, you know, maybe a few very young people. I mean, what it is it's just some kind of like natural population control that's just going through. And, you know, every couple of years we have one that goes through. Wipes people out. But this one here has been the highest one because so many people have survived these other ones.
I have a friend he was a virologist. What he was telling me was, I don't know if this applies for the USA. He said a lot of people going down as COVID deaths in the UK. A lot of it's going down as cardiac arrests. And I don't know if this is true, if anyone has medical experience or anything like that, maybe they can tell me. But he said cardiac arrest basically is medical jargon for I don't know what the fuck he died of, is what he said. It just means like, it's, you know.
So they're saying cardiac arrest is like the generic
term.
The generic
I don't know if that's true exactly. I'm going to have to ask a somebody else.
I mean, it is because if your heart stops and they can't say it was a heart attack, they don't know what happened. So
they put it down as cardiac arrest, and then so it makes sense. And he said that's where a lot of these COVID deaths in the UK, at least, and probably in the US as well, are going down as. But he also said another thing, which it's just like one of my friends said to me the other day. Like, he messaged me out of the blue. He said 758 people died of COVID today. I said to him, did 758 people die of COVID, or did the death toll go up by 758? Because those are two different things. That means they've counted them up over the last, over a period of time. It's not the same as they died in one day. And he looked at the report again. He said, "Oh yeah, you're right. The death toll went up." I said, "Yeah, so you're panicking, but it's not as bad as that many people in a day. That is like, because those are scary numbers. If that was true, that is like." But it's not. So there's a lot of that going around, and I think it's mostly down to just, especially there's certain newspapers over here, tabloids, like the Mirror, the Express, things like this. They love scaremongering. Honestly, like I haven't watched the news since January because I thought we were going to be in nuclear winter right now with Iran, because that's what they were saying. And then when it didn't happen, I was like, screw these guys! I'm not watching the news anymore. It's not making me any smarter. It's making me dumber. It's making me
it's the same thing every day, and it's like me and Lungo were saying. Once this is lifted, or like New York City doesn't have they have a pause, or whatever it is, and it's extended out to May 15th. So it's just like non-essential places can, and now they just put in like the masks, but we might see after after the death rate starts going down and the hospitals can handle, people coming back in again, they're going to open up because I mean, that's really what it is. If sick people can't go to the hospital, we can't go outside. So once sick people can start going to the hospital again and, can be seen and not have to wait, however many hours, so they probably wouldn't die. Maybe we're still going to go out and wear masks and whatever. Yeah. And even if it's not mandatory, I bet you it's going to be a lot of people wearing masks like you see in China. And we're always like, fuck them assholes. Why are they wearing masks all the time?
Yeah, I live in Taiwan, and I used to think like that.
and it's like, okay, now we understand, because they're not scared of catching something; they're scared of passing it on.
Yeah, I lived in Taiwan for a few years, and that's what I was told. But I don't get cold and flu anyway, so I was like, I'm not wearing a mask. I've got a cough. I'm not wearing a mask.
Well, shit! I mean, the Iranians have had the jump on us for years.
Yeah,
they've always worn something over their face,
and it's like, yeah, like they reckon like it could be like. I'm not saying we're going to be in lockdown for 18 months or more, but they reckon it could be on and off for 18 months or more. Like it'll start to go down, so then they'll start opening some businesses up. They won't open everything up at once, and we'll start going out again. And then after a few weeks, they'll be like, "Oh shit, it's going back around again. Everyone back indoors." They reckon that's what could go on for 18 months, where it spikes and goes down, goes, just until eventually. I don't know. I don't like to talk about things I don't really know much about, so I'm not going to say like we'll become immune or it would disappear. I don't know, but apparently that's how long it could go on for.
I mean, is this like how it was explained to me by the last time I went to the doctor before the whole quarantine started? What he told me is I had like all these exact symptoms to what they initially said it was, like back in November, like right after Halloween. I got sicker and it lasted till after Thanksgiving, which I mean is the end of November. So I was like 3 or 4 weeks to where it was just like absolutely brutal. Like having the craps, running fevers, sore throats. Just I thought I had allergies, sinus headaches, and going on left and right. And what he explained is the symptoms when they hit you, it's kind of like a really bad flu. And then he told me at my appointment, he goes, that's what it's going to feel like for somebody, that's not in like danger of underlining things. But he's like, also, he goes, this ain't it. He goes, we're gonna get hit again in the fall because it's gonna swing back around like the flu and it's gonna hit us again. So he's like, you just gotta,
you gotta do
what
like the UK and US, everyone. We gotta look at Taiwan and what they're doing, and do that. Have you seen how they're fighting this virus? It's people still have most of their liberties. They can still go out. They can still go shopping. Businesses are open as usual, apart from I think certain gangster facilities like quote unquote karaoke clubs are closed now because they were spreading it. But like what they do is they've got people checking your temperature before you go in. You've got to wear masks. You got to fine if you don't wear a mask. And yeah, they're just carrying on pretty much as normal. But like if it's been in an area, they will go and disinfect that area. They prepared for this. That's the difference. They were prepared, and we need to. Okay, we can't prepare for it, but maybe if it stops, but it might come back around. We need to prepare just like Taiwan did. But they're not talking about Taiwan. They're talking about all these countries that are locked down, saying, "Oh, look, they thought it on lockdown." It's like, yeah, but Taiwan have stopped it, and it's not even growing there without a lockdown. Let's look at them.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be like that and it's going to die out, so let's just say it dies out in June, okay, and then don't come back and hit us until like the fall flu. So you're looking at what, like maybe 4 months. So we'll say like June to October, just ballpark, kind of like giving an idea. If it does it like that, we got 4 months to start producing aprons, gloves, sanitizer. We got 4 months. Rock that shit, produce as much of it as we can. So then this way, when it comes back around, we're well stocked. People buy all kinds of toilet paper too. That go ridiculous again. Yeah. But I mean, let's be prepared next time. Let's put those places to produce these things. Kick that right here, because your N95 masks, they don't expire.
Yeah, I ordered some. Your
latex gloves don't expire. Why do we not have a shitload of these sitting already made on waiting on hand? That's what we need to do now. Of course, sanitizer, I believe there's got to be some kind of an expiration on that. But
it's a long one, though. It's a long one, if it is.
But I mean, we're talking masks and gloves. Those goddamn things don't have expirations. So when this cools down for the first pass through, that's what they need to do. That's what these countries need to do, is start restocking the supplies, and then we'd knock this shit out next time because we know what we're doing.
Neon Sci-Fi, when I mentioned karaoke places in Taiwan, there are some genuine karaoke places, but they're actually brothels, a lot of them. that's what I meant. Brothels have been closed down by the government, from what I heard.
Karaoke is a nice way that they call it over there.
Yeah, I don't like karaoke.
like here we have massage parlors.
Yeah, same. I don't even know what they are in Britain. Like, we had the place. It was down as a massage parlor, but it clearly wasn't. And we had another one. I don't know what it was down as a business. But the rumor was, if the washing machine is on, which is by the door, then you don't go up. It was something like that. It was a really shady place. Yeah, I don't know what they are here. I've never.
For them to do your laundry, it's like $50 for the quick cycle, $100 for the regular cycle, and $200 for the extra dirty cycle.
Well, that's an extra rinse. That's cycle.
Well, what's the quick one called? Is it just quick wash? Like the really simple one that takes 10 minutes.
It's like the spin and dry. That's all you're doing.
Spin and dry. There you go. That's a good name for something as well. That.
$50 for a spin and dry, $100 for a regular, and
all of a sudden,
$150 for an extra rinse.
This is turning into the septic tank real quick. We're talking about spin and dries and
cold wash, hot wash.
Yeah, right.
All right. That's we should just come up with a list and a price guide for the Bacta tank. Find out what Carlo charges for that.
Hey. Yeah, I'll get on it the rest of this week. It'll give me something to do.
But I'm just gonna go and have a quick cigarette, guys.
All right. Well, I was actually going to call it quits shortly here. Have a short one, and it's still 2 hours and 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm calling it a short one. But that kind of.
Well, you the other day went on for like 5 hours, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Usually we're on for at least 3.5.
Yeah.
Well, and then we did Trivial Pursuit the other night, which I'm going to try and do one maybe on Sunday during the day. So there's a couple people over from the UK I know that wanted to play. They just didn't want to do the late night, or even people in the States on the East Coast. You start at 11 o'clock and you figure it's going to go 2 or 3 hours. You're talking about 2 a.m. Some people don't stay up that late. So I'm going to try and maybe do one Saturday or Sunday during the day, like 2 o'clock. So it's still not too late for you guys. And then that way, even if it goes, 3 or 4 hours, you're talking, 11 o'clock or midnight for you. So, you guys that are over there. But yeah, this time this was the practice one, or the first one. And although you're a dick for your Galactic Champion of Trivia, your name there. By the way, it took me a while before I noticed it. And I was going to yell at you, but somebody was talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. I was being polite for once. But we were doing, Trivial Pursuit, and then if you got it right, you kept going. Well, there's Star Wars questions, and we would answer 10 or 15 of them right and get one wrong. It just so happened that it went around one turn because we did 4. There's only 4 pieces, not 6, so I was wrong with that. But and we did teams, so like if you'd get, some people only went one time because. Like you get one question, you only get one question wrong. You get 15 right, you might pick up a pie or 2. So
yeah, but we got screwed on that one answer. We could have went around on our first turn, because that's kind of rough, because that Bespin and Cloud City. I mean, even Han said in Empire Strikes Back that they're going to Bespin, not Cloud City.
And it asked what the name of the city was. It didn't ask what the name of the planet was.
But I don't think Cloud City was the actual technical name for the city, though. That's where we're like, fuck it, whatever, But I mean, it's kind of, but
well, yeah, that's the whole thing. But I mean, there was people that sat there for a half hour, 45 minutes, and didn't answer a question. They just sat there, and it's like, so I mean, the next time we're gonna do it is once you get a pie, you're done.
Yeah, or like let's play see what the actual directions say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Because that went kind of quick. I ain't gonna complain, but it was fun.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. If the directions are like regular directions, it's not for people like us. It's for normal people. So,
yeah.
And like the questions, like they're in categories. They were all just questions, bro. Like they're supposed to be broken down by like plot points and villains and heroes and technology. Dude, they were just Star Wars questions. Like if you would have asked me which category does this go in, it would probably take me more time to categorize where it's supposed to be than answer the question.
Right.
But if Danielle was playing it, it would be like us playing regular Trivial Pursuit, where you sit there for hours and play. But there it was, we played for hours, but it's just, yeah. So we got. I think
I suck at regular Trivial Pursuit. Star Wars, good.
Yeah, I think just doing you go until you get a pie or you get it wrong, will be better, because everybody can get a pie every turn pretty much, or at least you get 6 turns. The least amount of turns you're going to get is 6.
Right.
So, well, 5, because, if you go last or whatever, but yeah. So, I just felt bad for, people like just sitting there and they're like sitting. I was like, sorry guys, like you're just sitting there for 45 minutes just waiting to answer a question. Like, yeah, I know it's fun because other people are answering questions. That's why when back we just went to the questions themselves.
Right.
Which I have that readily available for. I don't feel like doing it tonight. I was up to like 6 in the morning almost, doing shit. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna do it again tonight. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody shortly. I'm gonna ask everyone that's in here just go over before this is done and switch to Twitch and watch for a minute on Twitch. I don't know how it goes with views and time, but besides needing to have 50 people, I need to have 3 viewers per. I don't know if it's per hour. So, like, if this is a 3-hour stream, I need to have 9 viewers on it to make that 3, or however it goes. So, yeah, I'm gonna just fucking cherry pick it and say, just go over. See, like Roadcast just went over to Twitch, and
Yep.
I don't know how long. I don't know how long you have to be there for. But it's exact same picture. Everything's the exact same. I think. It's just the way your messages come through. They either come through that you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube. And I actually went up to. Yeah, I actually went up to 28
I'm gonna
people.
leave that one. I'm gonna leave that one on my screen, so then this way it's gonna get you some of the time you need for the watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it right out.
So everybody else in there, because I know Kylo Ren Flores and Neon, but we got somebody else joining us today. See, this is what happens. This is how we get fucking 5-hour streams. Hello, Andy.
Oh boy, here he comes.
It says Andy. It's a
It's
picture
black.
of Andy. Andy is now a black screen. Maybe he's switching over to Twitch. But
how would he be in the stream if he's on Twitch? There he
Hey.
What is up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me okay?
yes, you're very loud and musicy. You look like a happy man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear ourselves as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's you got Twitch playing in the background too. You got YouTube playing. You got something going.
What is up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me okay?
I think he's got something playing.
Andy, you got something playing in the background?
I did.
No, not the music. I mean, do you have Twitch open or YouTube open? Because you're on like an echo repeat.
This is weird.
2 echo repeats.
Like the shirt. It's a pretty cool shirt. Oh, well, you probably had to shut whatever app was playing noise or whatever. So, but I don't know where the hell we were at.
I forgot to ask you, Tuma. Were you interested in when I posted about that Simpsons stream I was doing? Were you interested in that generally?
Yeah, I was, but I haven't watched The Simpsons in so fucking long.
That's why I'm marathoning it. I'm doing a marathon and that reviewing.
But if you said to me, hey, do you want to come on? Because I'm off of work now for at least another week. Because I have symptoms of COVID, or I could just be sick. But I'm in New York City, so I can't get tested because I'm not sick enough to get tested because I'm not dying. So my one doctor says he thinks I have it. My other doctor says he doesn't think I do. But I'm still off because I can't go to work, and
You're about 5 hours behind me.
yeah.
So I do it I'm going to be doing it every Saturday at 10 p.m. GMT. So that's about 5 p.m. for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing every episode 1 to 3. I've just done, and then it'll be 4 to 7. So basically, just watch the episode, see what you can pick up on, like anything you notice, anything you want to talk about, just any jokes you liked, what you didn't like. Especially with these early seasons, there's a lot of I pointed out a lot of mistakes that it wasn't the animator's fault, because when The Simpsons came out in 1989, they sent it off to Korea, and the Korean animators didn't do a very good job. And I pointed out a lot of little mistakes, like animation glitches and that, which were funny to look back on.
Yeah. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch episode 1 through 7, and I'll be on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Most likely, I'll confirm that later on. I just got to check with the boss and see, because she's been very lenient lately with my streaming, because I've been doing a lot of it, because I didn't know I had another doctor's appointment today, so I didn't know if I was going back to work or not. So I figured I get as much in while I can, and now I'm off for another week.
Yeah.
And my one doctor is saying I should go back, and my other doctor is saying because I had a pulmonary embolism a couple of years ago, and they gave me like a 10% chance to live. Basically, like if it would have been a heart attack, it would have been a widowmaker. But it was just in my lungs. So because of that, and I had 2 years ago I had pneumonia twice. So like my other doctor's like, well, we should try and see if we can keep you out as long as possible till the curve goes down. And it's like no one knows what the fuck's going on. So it's like I either have it so I can go out in the workplace and I'll be fine, or I don't have it and I shouldn't go out because I have pre-existing conditions. So it's like,
sounds like you need a doctor.
Who's going to weigh in on this one? But we got Andy coming back.
All right, this should be better now.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. I was rocking out, and I had YouTube open, and that's my bad. That, as a fellow podcaster, I should know better.
That's okay.
Well, I'm going to guess that. Oh, you're still open somewhere. You got to mute something, I think. Okay. It doesn't really matter. Just a little. Are you enjoying your holiday?
Yeah, I'm a teacher, so I've been uploading all of my curriculum to Google Classrooms today. It's been pretty exciting. I did get a piece of mail, though.
You did?
Yes.
Did you have that piece of mail?
Would you like to see it?
Hang on. Let's go. Hang on. I gotta get you big for this one.
What's in the box?
Did you already open this piece of mail?
I did. It wasn't in a box. It was in a folder.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Hum the music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Get out.
Okay, so this it's not very big, but it came out of a magazine in 1980, and the magazine that it came out of.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a little advertisement for maybe my favorite movie of all time. And it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's a little bit different than the theatrical release poster because the bottom isn't centered. But I don't know. It was $9 on eBay, so I bought it, and I'm going to put it in a frame, and I like it. What do you guys think?
That's
like
really good condition. $9.
I think it's beautiful.
$9
Yeah.
for that, huh? Where's the rest?
$9.
Where's the rest?
This is an honest to goodness time. This is an honest to goodness time where I would say that I would buy that magazine for the literature.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Yeah.
All right, you can minimize me now. That's all I got. I feel like
Let's see.
Well,
Let's
that's
see
good
your shirt.
because
that's better.
We want to see your shirt. Hang on.
Shirt.
Take your shirt off. I mean, don't take your shirt off. Just show us what you got. The Death Star.
Oh, that's cool. It's got the
It's the
Technical
technical readout.
That's nice.
Thank
See,
you.
A few weeks ago, I almost got, well, a few months ago, actually, I almost got the first Star Wars Marvel comic for like, it was less than £100. Or it may, oh, sorry, not the first one, sorry, that was quite expensive. It was the second one. It's like £40, something like that. I nearly bought it. But, because I've got like the 7th or 8th one upstairs, but I accidentally ripped it when I was taking out the box one day. But yeah, I was really surprised how cheap it was, like how cheap some of that merchandise is from the 80s. Like not merchandise, but things from magazines and the comics and such.
Yeah.
Right now, they're
Well,
really cheap.
I'm a big fan of the posters and advertisements and you're right. Some of those things, you know, like this thing that I just got, it's in great shape and it was only $9. And, you know, it's just kind of crazy that people would save those kinds of things out of a magazine. Or, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to me that somebody would have this in like mint condition just laying around somewhere or had the foresight. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's a nice way to fill up some wall space too.
With the as you mentioned the early Marvel comics, I've never really read them. I really should, but I remember one of my friends mentioned to me how everyone has like a leather suit or something in it, like a gimp outfit almost.
Yeah, they're a little different. They deviate from the movie and all of their. Well, they have a whole bunch of more characters too. Like there's a life-size bunny rabbit in a X-wing pilot suit. That's one of the main characters, and it's I don't know. It's you're right. They've got it. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, but they do have the main characters still, and yeah, it is a little different though for sure.
I love that primitive Star Wars, like before it really developed the lore, and I don't know. It's weird, but I love it at the same time. It's
Yeah, the 80s and the 90s were like George Lucas just wanted Star Wars merch out there. He didn't care, you know, the extended universe. You could make up whatever stories you wanted to, basically. The comics could go in whatever direction they wanted. It was kind of the wild, wild west. As long as it had Star Wars on it and George was getting a little bit of coin on the side, I think he was kind of cool with it, which is totally different than how it is now, where it's super regulated.
even I think George, like people say George had nothing to do with it, but I think that's the 80s and 90s. I think around the 2000s he did have more to do with it, because I was talking about this with a friend on my podcast a few weeks ago. It seems like when he made Knights of the Old Republic, I can see George Lucas's influence on that. He definitely had some say on the story, because the Jedi of the Knights of the Old Republic are almost the exact opposite of the Jedi of the movies. Because the Jedi of the Old Republic actually think before they go to war. They don't jump into one and let themselves be manipulated and lose their way. And it's almost, I can imagine George Lucas would have said, make sure these are different. These Jedi are different to the Jedi I'm showing in the movie. Like they're more traditional and things like that, you know. I don't know. What do you think?
Knights of the Old Republic is great. I love those. That video game especially, so that some of the stories were cool too, but the books. George Lucas has been quoted in saying that he could kind of give or take the extended universe and some of the stories that were kind of out there for that, and that he liked some of them, that he didn't really like some of them either. So, yeah, I wonder how much say he did have over that. And that was more in the 90s and stuff. But, like I know they really Lucasfilm really put some time and energy into Shadows of the Empire. They came out with, it had its own soundtrack, video game, book, and, like that. And they put some time and energy in that, but other things that was just kind of seemed willy-nilly. So I don't, I'd love to sit down and ask him that, that would be one of my questions.
Yeah.
That was a really good game, Shadows of the Empire.
It's my favorite Star Wars book.
Yeah, I need to play that again. It's been a long time since I played those old N64 titles.
Those are great. Rogue Squadron, or X-Wing Rogue Squadron, something like that.
Pod Racer was amazing.
The Pod Racer, yeah.
And I was playing Super Star Wars recently, actually. I still can't beat it. I still can't do it. It's been what?
Super Nintendo, huh?
Yeah, it's my first console as a kid, and that's my first introduction to Star Wars. Really, was the SNES version. I couldn't beat the first level then. I can barely beat it now.
Maybe you and Michael should do it on Twitch or something.
Yeah, would you be down for that, Michael?
Well, I'm still waiting for you to come over to Twitch there, Andy.
I don't really know what it is. I'm a boomer, remember, Michael? That's what you called me?
As a goddamn boomer.
As if I don't hear that enough from my middle school students, Michael. Put your nose in the corner. Oh, wait, or did you go to a Catholic school? Because if you did, then I can get the Switch out.
Yeah, that's
one of these.
They didn't use.
I thought he was going to bend over.
No, you're threatening him with a good time.
I had to get my computer's about to die, so even though I called this stream an hour ago, that's what happens in the Bacta tank. I said an hour ago we're done, and then I kept talking, and then Andy shows up, and then he threatens me with a good time.
Who knows what happens?
We didn't get the point, or we didn't get the ruler or the yardstick. We got the pointer. So.
What's the pointer?
The big, long, dowel.
The extending baton.
Yeah, but these were just wooden ones, and
Okay.
No,
the nuns would slap you with it.
One of those paddles. That's what we got. I still have one hanging in my kitchen.
I feel young right now because it was illegal when I was in school.
Shut up, you bastard.
Well, I might be the oldest one here, and it was not a part of my youth either. So I think it's more geographical than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I just missed it. I don't know what year it was outdated, but I know it was still going on in the 80s in Britain, the cane, but I don't know if... the teachers used to drag us. They used to get away with that. They used to pull us by our collar and drag us across the room. They won't get away with that now.
Yeah,
I've had my ear turned quite a few times, and I've been slapped with a ruler and
cuffed in the back of the head.
Yeah, that. And then
it's probably for the best that teachers don't get to do that anymore.
Oh yeah, especially in Britain, with treatments some of the teachers get, especially substitute teachers.
Oh man, yeah. I wouldn't mind if more parents did it to their kids, but the teachers should probably be hands off. Not that I haven't been tempted, but
yeah,
I can totally understand.
You're doing what, middle school? You said?
Yeah. I taught 15 years at high school, and this is my 5th year in middle school.
What do you teach?
What grade are you?
Mathematics, 7th and 8th grade right now. When I was at the high school, it was math as well. Numbers guy.
So my girlfriend just walked by me with a glass. It was probably about 4 fingers. And I was like, Yeah, I thought I thought it was wine, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's way too dark. And she's like, well, bye, I'll see you later. And I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, you said you were gonna be done. I heard you say you were gonna be done. You got back on,
Oh,
and now, so okay. So I guess I'm gonna, she's gonna get drunk, and I'm gonna, still get off soon because I'm gonna eat something, and because it's 11:30 here, I haven't had dinner yet. I'm gonna eat something and maybe watch a little TV with her, and then when she passes out now, I'm gonna play some Fallen Order on YouTube, not Twitch, because I'm finishing Fallen Order on YouTube. But then after that, all my gaming is going to be done on Twitch. I try to do Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Dude, I haven't really played a fucking shoot 'em up game in like ever. Like I've played it here and there, but I've never actually like tried to play where it actually mattered. I just fucking got destroyed nonstop. I didn't even kill one person. And I played for an hour and a half.
Damn.
I had to get dropped into some place, and I like try and be like, okay, I get shot in the head by a sniper. It happened like 20 times in a row, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Michael, I want you to know that I'm about 25% through Fallen Order right now. I have since we've been shut down, I've had a little time to play some video games, which I haven't had to do, which I haven't done in years, probably since Halo 3, and I got to tell you, it's pretty cool. I like the game.
Amazing. Well, when I started, I hadn't played in years, so it was like, oh, okay, the map, and then I was just like, all right, whatever. But now it's like, I realize when I do my next playthrough of it, which I'm probably gonna do on Twitch. Oh my god, my door just opened for no reason. My dog opens up my door sometimes.
Use the Force.
Not to lie on my other dog. Her ghost opens it. Because she used to push on the door until it would open, for the bedroom door, and now it's just kind of open by itself. So I think she comes back to visit. But yeah, so my next playthrough I'm going to do on Twitch. But I wouldn't know that you need to use your map and find out how much you have completed if you're a completionist, how much you have completed, and if there's any chests that are left over in that area that you're working in. And then you need to stay there and find that chest or whatever, because then you go back to whatever. Now I'm back on Kashyyyk, and I only had Kashyyyk 71% done, and I had 18 out of 27 chests. Well, that's a lot of shit to go back and do. So
yeah, that reminds me a lot of the. It reminds me a lot of the Lego Star Wars games, or any of the Lego movie games. Where you're 18% done with a section, and you got to go back and do whatever.
Yeah. Well, this one you don't have to go back, but it's like, now I'm going to do it. Now, it's like I'm going to complete 100% of it. And I've heard, and I know because the one I spent 2 hours going back and trying to find the last 4% that I couldn't find, and I have spent 2 hours and I couldn't find anything. I have everything done. I just don't know where the other 4% is. But Kashyyyk is so big that I'll go and it'll take me, 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get 1% of it done.
I miss the days when you didn't know how much a percent of a game you'd done. If you missed something, you might find out in a magazine or on the internet years later.
Yeah. But Kashyyyk, it's like, so I ended up playing last night. There's a part in Kashyyyk where I'm only 70% done with some place, but I took a wrong turn, and it takes me all the way back. So I just let myself die. And when I start back up, I'll be back where I used to be, or was supposed to be. But it was fucking fun when it transports you. But I won't get too much into it because I don't want to ruin it for Andy. I know that you probably already know everything that happens, but
I don't. I've got a 12-year-old son who's gotten through the game, and he's dying to tell me about everything that as I'm going through it, and I have to tell him to knock it off, and because I've tried to stay out of it.
The storyline is really good as you play along.
Well, as is the case with video games these days, especially, well, when I say these days, I mean like the last 5 to 10 years, the cutscenes are awesome. They're so much fun. Like I would almost, I play these games just to watch the cutscenes. Like I want to see that just as much as I want to finish Kashyyyk.
A good game for that is The Last of Us. I felt like I was just playing from a movie. Even though not many of them are actual cutscenes, it's all in-game play, but just the way it's shot, may as well say shot, yeah, the way it's shown.
What's the name of it?
The Last of Us, it's like a zombie apocalypse game, but they're not technically not zombies, they're fungus. It's good, trust me. But anyway, I'm going to get off. I don't want to be the reason you're in the doghouse. So.
Oh no, she's not mad. Listen, it's she was happy when the doctors told me that I couldn't go, or when I didn't pass the health test at work, and the doctors told me then I couldn't go back to work. But that lasted for about a day or two because she was, "You're gonna go stream again? You're gonna do this? You're gonna do that? Come on!" And she's like,
"I know how you feel."
I got 2 or 3 days, and now she's like, "You can go stream if you want to. That's fine. Did you want to go play your video game now?" So
yeah, what I'm doing is like I'm streaming one day and then sitting with her the next. Streaming one day, sitting with her the next, because she just doesn't like. I try and explain it a million times. I'm trying to edit a podcast. I'm trying to do a podcast. I'm trying to get a channel going. No matter how many times I explain it, she just like she thinks it's like a game. I'm like, it's not a game. This is like all I've got for a social life at the minute, being locked down and everything. So, but I get it with her as well. She needs someone to spend time with. I mean, my girlfriend and that does obviously. So like, and she's probably feeling the same. So, yeah, I'm gonna get going. But yeah, like I say, you're free to join that Simpsons stream I'm doing every Saturday night.
Yeah. I mean, after this week, I mean, they're going to be gone. I'm going to be back to work next Monday, or I'll be off until this thing's done with. So it all depends on how much I can do. But yeah, I can watch the first 7 episodes of fucking Simpsons. It'll take me 2 hours.
Yeah, it should be good. And can I just give you the link to my new channel?
What's going on?
Fully love.
Nothing. My wife is being inappropriate, so.
I don't believe it. I think that you're doing something wrong.
They don't believe it. They want proof.
I'm a little sweaty.
Oh, that's Saturday Night Chat.
You want to see the Star Wars tattoo?
Yeah.
Saturday night, Star Wars talk.
Yeah. This isn't the septic tank. This is the Bacta tank. And I'm sorry for interrupting. You were about to say where your live stream was at.
Yeah, I've just left in the private chat the link to my new channel. Do you mind posting that into the chat if you don't mind? I'm trying to get the subscribers up. This Thursday I'll have I've got Bosch T from Stream Junkies. Mad Max said he's going to do it as well, and a few friends of mine. We're going to be doing a stream on the movie American History X, and we're going to be comparing it to the movie This Is England because they're both similar topics but approach it in different ways. There's going to be a lot of stuff like that on my channel, not always so dark. It's also some just nostalgic stuff and humor and all that.
Right, so this is Roadcast's new YouTube channel. It is not a Star Wars YouTube channel, but go check it out because I'm going to be on there Saturday or someday.
Yeah,
I don't know, whenever. I'll figure it out.
American History X is a heavy movie, man.
You haven't watched This Is England. It's arguably more heavy, but
really, that's
yeah.
Whew.
I mean, but the thing is, in American History X, you see the redemption of Derek. In This Is England, you don't see the redemption of Combo, the racist one in that, because it's kind of implied that he's not racist. He's just jealous of people with families and a happy life and such. But he doesn't explicitly say that. So like what we're comparing it is who does the better job at sending the anti-racist message, American History X or This Is England? I'd say American History X does the better job. This Is England though is probably a better movie, just slightly.
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend it. You can get it on IFC in the US, and I recommend you watch it if you can. But yeah, everyone, thanks for listening to me, and thanks for letting me on. I'll see you next time.
We just gave you a sub, so we sub to you.
Yeah, and I'll find you on Twitter. It's Hello Chronicles, your name on Twitter, Andy.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, I'll find you on Twitter. So, all right then, guys. See ya. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Cheers.
we'll pass you all around. Don't worry.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
What's his first name?
Oh shit, I forget what it is.
I don't know.
It's not unusual for me to not know the names of people I interact with on Twitter and such, but figured I should probably ask if he's going to reach out to me.
I forgot what his first name was.
Come on, Michael. He's your friend.
I wouldn't know what your name was, except for it says it right in your screen. So
Yeah, see? I'm polite that way.
and somebody else coming on.
Hey, I got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
This Thursday, I'm doing a StreamYard live chat with my 7th grade math students. You're welcome to join, Christina.
No. I cannot understand no math.
Maybe you just haven't had the right teacher.
Probably.
Well, when
I
you find a
hate
good math teacher, let her know.
All right, as soon as I find one, I'll connect her.
On Thursday, I'll watch you do math.
Okay, it's on my private channel, or it's on my personal channel, not the Holo Chronicles.
All right, and Mrs. Kylo, girl Kylo,
Yes,
we need you. Remember what we're doing. I need you to sign in on Twitch.
I did.
Okay, I'm just.
They're already on there, yeah.
No, you subscribed or you followed me, but when you watch, instead of watching on YouTube, or split it up so that I don't know how it works. I'll have a better idea. I'll have a better idea today if it goes by your actual number of views, or if it goes by, like, it's going to be a 3-hour stream. So if I have I have to have 9 people watch it to make it 3, or if it goes like, can you just go on for a minute and come off, or I don't know what it is, but. Don't get angry. It's okay. I'm just saying, for next time. I gotta have these numbers for a month before I can get affiliate. So
Try to get you there.
Are you trying to monetize your video game playing, Michael?
yes.
Excellent.
I
I wish there was a way I could help you.
all you gotta do is go on Twitch and follow me.
And what's that again?
Ask your son. He'll be able to tell you.
Okay, I'll do. That's the truth.
My daughter was the one that found and got me all hooked up on Twitch. Because I didn't know how to do it.
Hey, Irish, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Who is that?
Me.
Let me point that way.
I just fixed it.
Point that way. It's Christina.
Oh no, you missed. There was so much fingering going on the other night.
You told me to go to Twitch.
Yes, I see. You gotta turn your volume down when you
You
do
know
that.
what? You mean to me. I'm not dealing with you.
There's a lot of fingering and a lot of KY talk.
Oh,
That is Saturday.
Michael prefers the Astroglide. That's what I heard.
Oh, it actually is better. But anyways, Irish, you are subscribed. You subscribed yesterday. I really appreciate that.
Well, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 7 people in the chat on Twitch.
It says there's 7, but I don't know if it's 7 total or 7 right now. I don't know these things. I'm brand new to it. But it did just tell me that I got a. There's 5 people. All right. So it says I have 5 people chatting at the same time. I had 4 today. But you have to have 5. I don't know, to like group up or whatever.
Man, if you just had one more, that'd be like perfect, right?
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys seen the new Legos that have been put out?
Yes.
What are your
The new
thoughts?
what?
Legos.
No, I've not seen them in person yet. No.
Are any of you guys into Legos at all?
Oh, I haven't seen it in person. I saw the picture that you posted though,
Yeah, I
and
didn't see that.
it looks amazing.
So that Ultimate Collector Series A-Wing comes out May 1st. And then just this weekend at Target, they put out those 3 little helmet collection builds. And I really like them. I got the Boba Fett one, and I'm kicking around the idea of getting that A-Wing. It just, I don't know. I love A-Wing, so I don't know. Lego very rarely disappoints me, whether it's a little small set like for my kids or an Ultimate Collector Series monster. But I love Legos. I always have. I've had a ton when I was a kid, and then once I started having kids, I started getting them again for them, and then it was actually more like for me. So it's for the kids. It's for the kids, Michael.
Yeah. Like the Funkos that you collect.
No, those are for me.
Okay.
Those are for me. Yeah. What about the Funkos you collect?
Yeah.
I don't collect Funkos. I acquire Star Wars merchandise.
Well, they're definitely not for your kids.
Oh, I didn't say I don't have any, but I don't collect them.
You don't have any kids that you know of?
I don't collect kids either. That'd be kind of weird.
Some people do.
Hey, I know people that do. I was one of them.
My folks got a 3-pack and they were good with it.
Are you the middle?
No, I'm the oldest.
Oh.
Obviously, Michael. Come on.
How would
What
I know
about
that?
what about my personality says I'm the lost middle child?
I don't know. I would say maybe because I am.
Okay.
So
Does that explain your feeling of being overlooked all the time? Because you're not the oldest and you're not the youngest, and so you clamor for attention.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just teasing you, Kylo.
I know. Maybe.
It's not teasing if it stings a little.
Like being in the middle, it's easy to blame it either on the older one or the younger one. Yeah. And it still works that way now because we're 30s, 40s, and 50s. So we can just, I'm like this. I do this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you got bookends.
I'm that's married with kids, so I just use that excuse. It wasn't me. I don't get a chance to do any of that shit. I'm married and I got children.
So everybody that's in here, when you go over to Twitch to give me my peoples that I need, make sure that you subscribe or follow Irish. I don't know how you find people on there or whatever. I guess you can go to my followers and then follow off there because I don't have that many or whatever it is. Her name's Stories by Irish. So you can just go over there and type it in. There's no spaces, obviously. That's where we're at. Where I don't know how.
How are you doing, Andy?
That's going. But
Who are you plugging right now? Or I mean, endorsing or whatever. What the hell
Irish
is he?
Stories by Irish.
Who's that?
I know her from Discord.
Oh, okay. And that's her name on YouTube?
Yes. Oh, that's her Twitch.
Now everybody's going to Twitch.
Yay, Andy!
Woo!
No hands.
No,
This is what I do with a lot of my time now.
this is what we're paying our teachers to do now.
No, I got good at this in high school.
Yeah, there were girls in high school, so.
Let me tell you, I used to win them over like crazy doing this.
They know you got that talent of that ability, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get back to my lesson plans.
Andy, really quick before you go, that thing we
Okay.
talked about the other night.
Yes. It's still on the down low, Michael.
Yep, that's why I'm saying.
It should be in hand this week. Hopefully, maybe as soon as tomorrow. But it might get its own little video or something like that, just to tease it a little bit. Yeah, it's on the horizon, and you're the only one that knows, Michael. I mean, Josh knows, but outside of that, you're the only one that knows. So
I haven't told anybody.
okay.
I haven't even hinted about anything.
Until right now.
Well, this is the first you know.
They have no idea what it is.
I know. It'll be cool though. They will probably enjoy watching it. I'm hoping. But
it's the Qui-Gon Jinn Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon Jinn Funko, so I can take my he can have his Funko, and I can have my Darth Maul Funko, and when we meet, we can reenact it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. I don't know if you guys we listened, but we posted a podcast this morning, and we have a new segment called "Take It Out" or "Leave It in the Box," and this is unlike what you see behind Michael or see behind Kylo there. We do at times take things out of the box, but we talk about it first. So it's kind of a fun little segment. Now, is that one you create? No, that's not one you created.
Is it?
Is it?
That's some Jedi Mickey.
Oh yeah, that's very cool. Jedi Mickey. Are you
I
sure they don't have one of those?
What's that?
I said, are you sure there isn't one of those? I swear there's a Jedi Mickey or something. No?
There is one of those right there.
Okay. There is one of those, and it's right there. Okay.
I would just like to say that the only two Funkos I've ever unboxed were the Bird of Prey, which is the Millennium Falcon one, which when I did my whole going through my number of things that I acquired, my acquirements, because I don't collect, so it's not a collection. My acquirements, I forgot to put that one in there. But I did unbox Darth Vader for you. Just for you, Andy, I unboxed that. Because you didn't have it.
In his hut.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. It still says that's the only one of the 40th anniversaries that hasn't arrived yet. And that should be here this week too. So I'm checking my mailbox every day.
I got a box. One of them already that just showed up, but I don't know which one it is.
Well, I should. Yeah. So this week was the first week since I've been doing the Bacta tanker. Well, before it was the Bacta tank when it was just me coming on talking. This is the first time I haven't had anything open up. And it's not because of whatever. It's because last week all my books came and I got 10 books that opened up last week. And the book that was supposed to come today that says it was out for delivery, that still says it's out for delivery, and it never came. I'm wondering if it's something.
Next week you're gonna have plenty to open.
I got a Star Wars box sitting waiting to be opened if you want me to open that. or you can not, or I can save it.
Go ahead and open it, dude.
From where?
Okay. Since Andy's here, I'll grab it.
What's that? Okay.
Oh, he left.
I'll put the screen up so they can't see it.
Okay, so all day long it was supposed to be here today, and now it just changed because it hit midnight. It changed now, expected April 21st to 24th. So that was my one book I was supposed to open up, but I have another book that's supposed to come tomorrow, and then we don't have anything until May 11th, and then May 20th, then May 26th.
All right, so I have 2 boxes actually. So this one isn't Star Wars related, but I did get it because it represents Earth Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Those are cute.
My daughter asked me to order that for her last week, so I ordered it and it finally showed up. I think I ordered it like Tuesday. And then this big thing here, I don't know. It's got to be Star Wars because outside of that Miko, I haven't ordered anything that's not Star Wars. What's the packaging papers?
That's my favorite.
Making like this like TooMed does. I think this is probably the 2-pack. Han and Leia. Yeah, it's the Han and Leia 2-pack.
Nice. Handsome couple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to show. That's all I got to play with boxes. Been a slow week. I haven't really ordered much. I did order the pieces to make Charlie Skywalker his unmasked second sister. So I got her complete, and I'm ready to send her off. But I want to wait a little bit before that goes out.
Yeah, that was a pretty sharp creation of yours there, Kylo. I thought that was really nice.
It was. Like as soon as I gave it some thought, I'm like, that was a really like a revealing character. Like when she took her helmet off, I was like, holy crap! I wonder if I can do that. And it took a while, and I was just like, oh, I think I can. And yeah, now I can do it. So they're fun.
Yeah,
it gives me something to do when I don't have anything to do. Plus, I'm probably getting put into quarantine anyway, so I'm gonna have to find something to keep me busy.
Reorganize your collection.
Yeah, so I can get that done. So Andy can get his video.
Yeah, man.
If you had to put a number on how many Funkos you had, what would that be approximately?
As in, like, all together or Star Wars?
All together.
I can actually tell you that if you give me like 1 second. I'll pull up my my app, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna let you know right now. It's a ridiculous amount. Anybody want to take shots at how much it might be?
Money wise, or how many number wise?
Number wise.
2,874.
I'm gonna guess 2,876. Wait, I went the wrong way. Shoot.
2,920.
Ooh.
All right, give me a second here. I know it's
$1.
$1. All right, so Christina was the closest, and I'm sitting at right now an even 3,300.
Lovely. That's impressive.
Now,
Most impressive.
Anybody want to take a gander at the value?
Well, if you assume every Funko is worth $10, that would be $33,000.
I'm gonna go with 50.
There's our math teacher right there.
I'm gonna go with 50,000.
I'm
But
gonna
so-
guess 70,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 39,000.
Okay, so a lot of them, as Michael found out, a lot of them aren't determined on value because they haven't been sold and ran around anywhere. But Andy, you're the closest at 43.58.
Nice. Are they insured? Do you have your toy collection insured?
Oh yeah, because my Star Wars collection is over 100,000 itself.
See, that's hard to do because a lot of them won't insure a collection without having each piece looked at. Well, that's how it was for my baseball cards. They had to have. I had to bring in when I was going to get my baseball cards insured. I had to bring them all in because they had to have a baseball card inspector go through each one and make sure, like what I said I had, and whatever.
Yeah, all my insurance guys said just take a lot of pictures and send them to me, and whenever you want to update them, just update them, and we'll just make it part of your homeowner's policy. So I thought that was nice.
I think that's what my wife did because she's the one that set it up. I think she set it up with the homeowner's insurance. But my most valuable figure I have is a Star Wars one, and it comes in weighing in at a hefty $680. It's the Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper
From the Emerald City Comic Con. Yep. That's that's close to my heart since it's just right up the road from me. So, Emerald City, Seattle.
That is on my bucket list. It was going to be this summer, but it's going to have to wait till probably like next summer.
Well, whenever, if ever you guys ever make it out to the Northwest, drop me a line.
I'll knock on the door and appear on the Hollow Chronicles.
Is that Kylo at the door?
He brought me a gift from the HQ. All right,
Nice.
We have to let him in on our video now.
All right, well, I got to get going, guys. Good to see you. Happy Earth Day to all of you. And
Oh, is that what today is? Today's Earth Day?
yeah, I thought that's what Kylo got his pop for, because today's Earth Day.
I ordered it on Earth Day for the kid.
Oh, okay.
Today's kind of like Earth Day. It's that 420 stuff.
Right on, man.
Which is okay in Washington.
It's been okay in Washington for a while.
It's legal here now too. So happy Cheech and Chong Day.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one.
It's always nice to chat with Andy.
Yeah.
It is. So I don't know what this is.
Y'all got to wait for y'all's boxes.
Anybody want $1,000? I'm trying to film a YouTube video. I don't even know what that means.
I know what that means. I'm not doing it. And I'm not clicking it. I'm not touching it.
I don't know. $1,000. I'm trying to film a YouTube video. It's like, I don't know what you want for $1,000. I wouldn't be put on YouTube though. Pornhub maybe.
Yeah. Bang bus, razors, septic tank. You know. And when Kylo comes in the septic tank, and all of a sudden it turns from PG to like NR.
Oh, you mean Miss Kylo?
Fuck it, they can't. Well, I bring it to like at least rated R. like earlier tonight, like I'm getting ready to pop in. People are leaving. I'm like, what the shit? They're like, oh, the dark side's coming in. Here comes trouble.
Yep.
Oh,
But all right, well, next week should be good at least. Or maybe it will be a collecting with Kylo sometime this week. Who knows? A double collecting with Kylo. But we shall see. We'll see what happens how things work out.
We'll see. We'll see how quickly the USPS works.
What they said that my boxes get there. I did not even remember what I did. What day is supposed to be? 3 days?
By
Maybe
Saturday
10 days?
at the latest.
Hmm.
You said. So if anything, if Michael has time when they all show up to us by Saturday, we can do one maybe sometime Saturday before the late night tank. And then we can advertise to get people to come to the late night tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we doing late night tanks on Saturday nights now?
Yeah.
Can I bring my toys?
No.
Can I bring my toys from Etsy? And show off my
no more pictures.
No,
well, these aren't pictures.
These are not pictures.
You can have the collecting with other Kylo only during Bacta tank. Kylo 2.
Put your toys
This
away.
will be by hand.
Okay. Yeah, we've got on long enough. This is going to be my short stream, and it's been 4 hours. And I'm going to eat dinner, and I am going to maybe get on and do a little bit of Fallen Order, but I'm going to finish up Fallen Order on YouTube, just because whoever is watching and following me and watching the videos, if they have been watching along, I don't want to just stop right there. Even though I haven't done one in a month, I'm going to finish there. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do another one on Twitch. People are still doing it on Twitch. People are still getting views because, dude, I would not watch myself on Twitch doing Warzone right now. I got to get that one figured out.
I tried to. I'm like, and I'm getting killed before I even land on the ground. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. Like the one game I played, I couldn't even get my feet on the ground. I was dead. I was getting sniped in my friggin' parachute. All right.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be I'm either gonna be on tonight, doing some Fallen Order, or I'm gonna try and get on tomorrow morning and do some of the art book, because now I know I only have another week left, so I want to try and get another couple done in the art book. That way I can be at least halfway through with it.
Right.
If not more, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stream with Rogue Pod on Saturday at 5:00 doing The Simpsons. He said something about Thursday night. I don't know if he was just telling me or if he was inviting me. I got to talk to him about that. But I got to yeah.
Is it 5 a.m. on Saturday?
5 p.m.
Oh, p.m. Okay.
Because it's 10 o'clock his time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to do any streaming.
Okay, because that makes sense, because when we go into our septic tank, it's 5 a.m. for them.
Yeah.
All right, that's where I got it mixed up at. All right, I got you.
So, all right, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Lunga, for getting tanked, and Kylo for getting tanked, and Andy for getting tanked. And I forgot what Rogue Pod's first name is.
Rogue Pod.
I was going to say, thank you, Rogue Pod. And I think that was everyone that hopped in the box tank and got tanked with me tonight. So, everyone, thank you. And we're getting there. We're at 890 on YouTube. We should be over 900. And I hope by tomorrow, but we'll say by Wednesday we should be over. 900. Then we got that last 100 to do, and I don't think we're going to get done in May to have that big grand prize in play. Well, then you need to get 100 people to sign up, yo.
Oh man. That would look good in my house. Come on. Come on. That would look really good.
If it don't go into play, then it can go to your house.
Trade?
Just-
Trade? Trade for that 10-inch that is coming?
We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, we gotta.
Well,
I gotta-
I'm waiting for them to send it, for the guy to send your 10-inch, whatever he calls the Boba Fett or whatever. So I'm still waiting on that one to come to my house. So as soon as I get anything, I'll send it back. Tomorrow, Carlo, I'll send you a box. I got him a big old dude.
Mike, you're getting a 10-inch?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Boba Fett?
Boba.
The 40th anniversary one?
Yep.
This one.
He is sweet. Oh,
You did not tell me you wanted, because he got another one.
No, I already got one. I got one or two that were at the store. I'm just saying he's because I have them. I've already taken them out and played with them.
All right. Well, this is coming, so as soon as he comes, I'll send it.
You ain't the only one that running around playing with Star Wars toys.
Ooh, but mine is Darth Vader.
Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out. Remember to go and follow everyone wherever the hell they are. I don't know where we can find them.
And it's just a taste of the Septic Tank, which is on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, until I go back to work. Where it's kind of all, you know, we just talk about whatever we feel like talking about, and people just start drunk and fucking throwing hot dogs at each other and shit and fingering. I don't even know what it means anymore. But with that, I say good day. May the force be with you. Always.
Bye.